What is going on, everybody? It is another episode of this amazing show, and I cannot believe it again that we are on episode number 13. Guys, this is phenomenal. We love doing this. So excited to be here. And God damn it, man, if Twitch does not allow us every single week, they just don't
Free
disappoint.
content next
Every
week, dude.
single day.
Dude, it's always something, man. It's so great.
Oh.
It's always like whenever I'm like worried, I'm sit back wondering like, oh my God, are we gonna have content? Is there gonna be something that we can talk about for fucking the podcast? And every single time Twitch just delivers. So thank you. Thank you for allowing us.
The great gods of content on Twitch just kind of shine down upon us whenever that comes around, and we get some podcast block, you know, and they're like, "Here, child, have drama."
Absolutely, God, it's so great.
Please,
Thank you so
more.
much.
We're holding out our bowls.
It's great, man. And on top of that, too, we've got so much other stuff to talk about. But before we get into any of that, guys, again, welcome in episode number 13 of the Repatch Podcast. You know, my name is Sinan. Obviously, I am one of the hosts here, but I could not do this alone. I obviously have to have my crew with me. As always, we've got Scruffy over to my right. What's going on, Scruff?
What's all is? What's good? Hope everyone's doing well.
Oh, we got Bill holding it down in the corner over there.
What's up, guys?
And the man that needs no introduction, he's down below. You can see his name. Mr. Enigmatical Gaming, or like we like to call him, Enigma. What's up, Enigma?
What's up, people?
Boo-boo.
So you know, guys, again, it's a chock full podcast, man. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to spend a good amount of time talking about a lot of stuff, and then right after this, myself and Scruffy are going to be kicking into a 24-hour stream.
Oh yeah,
we got a lot of awesome stuff in store for you guys there. So make sure that if you guys want to tune in after the show to watch us, you know, go at that marathon, we're going to be having at it. So before we go any further, there is one thing too that I did want to address as well, is that guys, you can hit !multi and pretty much, I think, all of our channels, if I'm not mistaken. I think we've unified that across the board. But you can watch all of our channels live if you need to. If not, you can watch this live independently on all of our different Twitch
Independently.
Yep.
Twitch channels. We keep chat up the entire time, so you're able to engage with us live. And at the end of the show, we always open it up for our community to ask questions. So make sure that you kind of get those questions prepared. Usually, we like to keep it the stuff that we've talked about or on topic of what's going on, but sometimes we go off the handle a little bit. But the more exciting news is that we are officially on Spotify. So we were able to get the show on Spotify. So huge props to, I can't take any credit for this at all. Huge props to literally Enigma, Scruffy, and Bill, both just, man, hammering it out and getting that done. We're in the process of getting all of the shows up there. I know that the newer shows will be up there first, and then we're going and getting the backlog shows on Spotify. But you can hit !podcast and all of the channels too in the chat to get the link to it. But you also can catch us on YouTube if you want. There, we'll continue to upload through that. My guess is that as things kind of progress and Spotify most likely picks up, we will kind of start to move the show mainly to Spotify and then use our YouTube channel as providing some content and putting up videos and things like that. That we
Like
want.
clips
So,
and stuff of the podcasts.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So big changes, big news. Like it's exciting times. So yeah, and again, we can't do any of this without your guys' support. So thank you guys all for coming out and hanging out when we do this. And I know that a lot of people literally are just buzzing in chat, be like, "Oh, is the podcast this week?" And we're like, "No, it's next week." Like, it's next week. But in any case, thank you guys for everybody that comes out and hangs out with us while we do the show.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, so the last thing that I want to touch on before we actually jump into all the topics and all of that good stuff is to address something that I think is very, very important to address. It is something that needs to be said, and it absolutely is important. Obviously, if you are on social media of any kind, you've been aware of what's been happening, over the last week, really. It started kind of last weekend. And our stance and kind of our point on all of this, and the only thing that we are going to say and kind of leave it at this, right, is the fact that if you are a friend or you yourself have ever been in any kind of situation of predatory activity of any nature, please, please, please go and talk to the proper authorities. Please go talk to somebody, a doctor, somebody like that can truly help. It needs to be investigated. All allegations need to be taken seriously. They need to be looked into by the proper authorities because it is not a joking matter. It is not something that someone should say lightly. And it is things that should be taken very, very seriously. So please go see the proper authorities and or doctors and things like that to go get help. There are plenty of outlets out there. If you don't know where they're at, all of our channels, we have our DMs are most mainly open. You're more than welcome to ask, whether those channels are at, but go talk to the authorities, please, because it is not something to be taken lightly and it should not be held within. So I just wanted to get that out there. And if you guys have any kind of things that you want to say about it, Bill or Scruff or Enigma, feel free. But I think I've kind of covered the base there on that one. So
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
works
I
for me,
agree,
man.
totally.
Sounds good.
yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, we've covered it pretty clearly.
So moving on into I think probably what's going to take up at least a decent amount of time. I mean, this is it's there's
Out
some
of left field.
Oh, yeah.
differencing opinions on the show here, and I think that's going to be fun. And obviously, I'm going to rage, like I have to. But
It's
yeah,
in his contract, actually.
it is.
Yeah,
Like,
he signed it. Like,
it is required at least one outburst a show. But I always like to over deliver and give you multiple. So, but unless you've lived under a rock and you're in the gaming world, you should have heard that Mixer is Kaputski. They officially are shutting down as of July 22nd. They have sold to Facebook. Facebook, well, not so. Okay, the official term is they are
Mind. Yeah.
partnering with Facebook, Facebook Gaming. So yeah, so June 22nd, basically all Mixer partners woke up to the sound of their entire careers kind of imploding. Um, and I, yeah, I mean, I don't know. So I want to open it up here to you guys because I know that there's some differing opinions. Like, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Like, do you think? I guess let's break it down. First and foremost, let's talk at the top, right? Let's just talk at the top and get this out of the way. Like Ninja and Shroud, right? Do you think that they knew? Like, do you think they knew that this was coming?
I'm pretty sure they had a good idea. I'm willing to bet because with them having their contracts the way they are, Microsoft would have had to have come to them prior and been like, "Hey, do you want to push forward to Facebook or what?" Because if I remember correctly, they said that they actually said no and they had to sever their entire contract completely.
Yep. Oh no, they got paid out the entire amount
Yeah.
up front. So $10 million went to Shroud, $30 million,
Dude.
$30 million went to Ninja up front. Doesn't have to pay the money back.
I mean,
That money is
that's honestly probably a best case scenario for both of them. They both
Really
took
is.
major hits in their viewership by moving over to Mixer and stuff like that. So them basically getting a free out of their contract to go and do whatever they want on whatever media they want to do it on. I feel like they both win. They
Yeah.
both big
It's a
win.
win-win situation.
I don't
How
feel
you
like
look at it.
either of them were passionate about what Mixer was doing in particular. I think it was all big paycheck deals. So
absolutely.
Yeah, and now the fact they don't have to stream on there anymore,
and
and they
now
have
they-
30 million in the pocket and 10 million, like
yeah, they get the money. They signed for whatever time they had on Mixer. They didn't finish out their contracts. They can go back to Twitch if they want to, and will most likely come back to roaring applause and probably not quite
wonder-
the same.
I wonder what about
Probably not
Ninja,
quite the same
though.
viewership, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Ninja's
So-
like I feel like Ninja burned his bridge with Twitch though. Like
I feel like
Oh, absolutely. So if I'm Twitch, I would tell Ninja to fuck off.
exactly, dude.
Like they're not going to because they want the money.
100%.
But
no,
like,
yeah.
like
I'm with you.
Like they should tell Ninja to absolutely fuck off.
Yeah.
Like
I
100%.
honestly said it from the start. As soon as we heard about this, I was talking. I think it was to you, Scruffy,
Mhm.
when we were discussing it. I personally, I'm with one of our viewers. I think he's going to YouTube. Honestly, like I honestly don't think he'll go back to Twitch to begin with. I think he'll go straight to YouTube.
I'm 80% sure it's a YouTube move.
Yeah.
I thought they already
There's no-
announced he's coming back to Twitch, bro. I'm
Did
pretty
they?
sure he already announced he's coming to Twitch.
Ninja?
Yeah. At least I know.
didn't hear
I know
that.
Shroud. I know 100% Shroud is coming back to Twitch.
Yeah.
Like I know for a
Yeah.
fact that's happening.
100%. Shroud. It would be a dumb idea for him to move anywhere else but
Yeah.
back to Twitch.
He's not. None of them are going to Facebook. We know that, right? Like, but we all
Yeah,
know
both
that
None of the big none of the big names. I feel like some will probably
You
go
could
to
die in there.
Facebook. Because Facebook, I'm not saying like it's a great platform. I don't know much about it, but they bought out like what is the Toast dude? What was his name? Disguised Toast. Yeah, they bought out a couple other people too. Like they're trying the same thing that Mixer was trying. So I'm wondering if people will see that and maybe go over there, like some of like the affiliates or smaller partners.
The thing about Facebook gaming that a lot of people are preaching about is that its discoverability is
Mhm.
better on Facebook, or your viewership is better on Facebook. The problem is I think a multi-step situation is one. Those numbers are skewed for someone that, again, I work in this industry. I literally look at these numbers all fucking day long. The problem is that the numbers that you see on Facebook are not the same and equatable to numbers that you would see on Mixer and or on Twitch. I can go and see a CCV and be like, oh, cool. Like right now, there's X amount of viewers watching all 3 of our streams, right? I know what it is and it fluctuates up and down. On Facebook, the problem is that it's embedded into your like what is it called? Your fucking Facebook wall or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
And so if you're embedded in that wall, you don't actually have to be on that page to be counted as a viewer. Like you don't have to be watching it. It's just if it's on your wall, it's counted as a viewership, right? So like people that are out there touting like, oh my god, I saw a 3,000% increase and I'm up to 1,000 viewers. No, you have 7 viewers, but 1,000, like you're embedded in 1,000 people's channel because they're following you on Facebook. Like they are on Facebook, like you have attached it to your Facebook wall. So it's very deceptive.
Mhm.
First and foremost, it's very difficult to align yourself to understand like what it is. It was like sponsorships and things like that, and to basically go to sponsors say, hey, this is my outreach, right? The other side of it too is that Facebook doesn't give a shit about this. Like it just sees this as a money grab. Like it sees it as saying like, okay, we can get into this industry. We can do, we have Instagram. They want to do Instagram live. They are not embedded to just say like, oh, we are not embedded, but indebted to the live streaming culture and gaming culture to say we want to create something from this. They're just
Yeah.
like, there's money in this. Like, let's go do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's
So
just yeah.
so as an update, so far from what I'm reading, Ninja has not made a decision, but
I double checked that as well. He's still
he
got
has
Mixer on
updated.
his.
Yeah, he has updated his Twitch profile though to say streams Valorant and Fortnite. So take that as you will.
I think that he goes. So I know Shroud is coming back here.
Yeah.
I don't think he goes to YouTube. Knowing YouTube and knowing like what it is over there, like, and just the issue that they have with demonetization and their rules and stuff like that, like, it's not as profitable for Ninja to go over there. He's coming back to Facebook. Like he's coming back to Twitch. Like that's where he's gonna go. I guarantee it. Like, and I guarantee. And here's the sad thing about it too is that I guarantee the reason he's not made an announcement is because he is shopping himself out there to be like, who's gonna pay? Who's the which
Yeah,
one of you
he's
guys?
trying to get the most money for out of Twitch or out of Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube. One way or another, he's shopping for deals. We already know that.
And it's fucking. That's you know what, man. Like, here's my thing. Like, it really. Look, we're all small time streamers, right? Like we are the fucking microscopic organisms in this massive ocean. Like we're the food of what krill eat. Like, right?
Yeah.
Like when it comes to like Twitch,
The
like
microscopic filth.
like and whatever. I'm happy with it. But the thing about it is, man, like even at getting at that point, like to me, I've talked to many streamers in my career, and it's just one of those things where it's like a lot of them go, you know what? I still wouldn't do I still wouldn't do the buy like the sellout. I still would not be like, I'm going to take a payout to stay on a platform. Like I do this because I love my fans. I do this because I love my community. I do whatever, and I get it. Like it's a job. It's whatever else. But let's be 100% honest. Like all of them like all of these big streamers are making more money hand over foot than they could ever fucking imagine, right? It why does Ninja need $30 million? Why does a platform need to go to Ninja and say, hey, I'll pay you an additional 15 million to come use our platform? Like wherever he goes, he is going to request that he gets paid out. And I guarantee that it is not anywhere shy of, I'm gonna say at least 20 mil.
I would even say 30 mil, man. He's got to get a little bit more cash than what he got from fucking Mixer.
Like it's just I don't know, man. Like
It's an investment for viewership. They don't give a shit about the individual themselves. It's
Well,
how much are they going to be able to profit off of
you think
the viewer hike.
You really think Bezos and Amazon gives two rats fuck about where he goes, where Ninja goes?
I think they do,
No.
yeah. Because honestly, when it came down to moving over to Mixer, right, there was a huge increase in viewership from Mixer. They might not have stuck around, and it might not have been a huge increase to our eyes because obviously there's not as big of a platform over there on Mixer, right? But like a lot of his viewership did move to Mixer, and to get those guys back, whether they left or not, is still a fucking task. You know, he still has to work to try and get those back. Right?
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to pay out as much as they did.
I would tell,
But you know, yeah, it's weird.
I would absolutely tell them to fuck right off. Like because again, especially after this, like especially with this in any kind of business situation, right? And when you're talking about business negotiation, it is 100% right now. Twitch holds all the cards. Like Twitch holds every fucking thing because you go to them and you go, "Hey, asshole, you've been gone a year, and guess what? The platform that you went to, yeah, you made $30 million. Congratulations. We didn't have to spend $30 million. You made $30 million. You went over there. Did your viewership go up? No. Did your platform more successful? No. Did we see a ding in our viewership? Absolutely not. Like the amount of people that we saw that didn't go to your channel went to other people's channels. Like, yeah, they may have gone to Mixer or whatever else, but guess what? They're fucking back. Like, we didn't see any kind of fucking ding in our market share or whatever else. So congratulations. I don't give a fuck. Fuck off. I'm not paying you $1. I'm not paying you a fucking dime. I would tell both of them to again,
Oh, and
fucking
honestly, like the way that they treated Ninja when he left, I would tell him to fuck off to begin with. Like, if I was Ninja, I would tell him to fuck off too.
That's why I think he's going to make a YouTube deal. I think
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
very, very
'Cause
upset.
the
And
childish
his pride is still hurt from them using his channel to advertise others, and then
Yeah.
the whole porno fiasco.
That's
Well,
what
no,
like
not
I was,
just that, but the childish sophomoric way that they
yeah.
handled it when they fucking took his entire channel down and then reinstated it, like that
Mhm.
right there was just fucking that was just a bitch
Guys,
move. That was resting
maybe
bitch face from Twitch.
I'll fucking I'll Hulk out and go against all three of you. Guess what, guys? The reality, like the porno thing I give you, okay, that's stupid. But get it Ninja doesn't own anything on
Oh
Twitch.
no,
He owns
we're not saying that.
so
We're not saying that he does.
as
We're just saying that if
It's-
it was him, I would tell him to fuck off too.
It's the fact that they made an example out of his channel. They've never done that with any other content creator's
shit.
channel.
You had a creator that basically said, "Yo, if you're not paying me, I'm fucking leaving." I'd absolutely say, "Fuck you, go do whatever the fuck you want. Go make your millions, bro." And he went and made his millions. And then I'd absolutely say, "Cool, this is my channel. I know that people are coming here all the time. I know that people are gonna use, and I'm absolutely gonna use it to advertise other things. And if you don't like it, you can fucking go cry in a corner. You made $30 million. Go, I don't give a shit. Go away." Like literally, if I
mean,
was Twitch, I would be
business
like,
move wise, it
"Welcome
makes
back."
sense. Business move wise, it makes sense. But as Tyler Blevins himself, if I were to see that, if I were in his position and I saw the company I used to work for behave in that kind of way, I would still hold a grudge myself. I
Oh my
can't blame
God.
him for not wanting to.
It's time to grow up, boys. It's time to grow up. Like you're not what you
Well,
do in the reality of things is that you turn on a camera and you are a live personality, right? And that's what you do. What I'm saying here is that if you want to step into the world of and put your big boy pants on and be a step to a business negotiation table and you want to come up here and be like, I'm not going to go over there because I'm holding a grudge because you used my channel without my permission. Well, fuck what? Guess what? You left. You sign on the dotted line saying that you were going to Mixer. Your channel is no longer your channel. That rental space, that's like being like, oh my God, I can't believe they turned in the store that I left and I closed down, going out of business. They've turned that store into a bookstore. I can't read. Fuck you guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, get over it, man. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, to both of them. And again, if I'm Twitch, I would absolutely be like this. You can right here, buddy. You can fucking right here. Like, no, you're not coming back. And if you are coming back, you have to work your ass back up. You have to I'd be such a dick to him. Shroud, not so much, because you know what, Shroud, whatever. Like, he did it the way, he was classy, whatever. I don't know, man. He just the whole thing about it like was fine. But like Ninja is just, and maybe it's because of like my knowing of like how toxic that little fuck is. Like, I just 100% be like, you have to resubmit your application to be partner again. You got to wait the fucking 30 months that it takes to get the note back or whatever else. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, I don't know, man. Like, again, to both of them, I'm just saying, like, it's ridiculous to sit here and hold fucking grudges when you're the one that basically said, I'm gonna go take money and dip out. And if you don't pay me, like, it's, I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I have kids or something like that. Like, it's this is just a temper tantrum, little shit that is sitting out here and stomping his feet and holding his breath and trying to hold a company hostage because he thinks that he is something special. Well, the Twitch community didn't die. The company didn't implode because Ninja and Shroud left or Disguised Toach left or whatever else. Like, happy on it. You made your money, but don't sit here and whine and piss and moan and cry because now you can't come back, or Twitch is not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, please, please, please come back. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, no, Twitch definitely doesn't care. I totally agree. I could see Ninja going to YouTube though, and if I'm being honest, like, I just feel like his personality and everything, I don't think he cares about like the whole, like,
I'm 100% behind the YouTube thing.
yeah, like, I don't think the demonetization or anything. I think he has that personality for YouTube, and
He's got the family friendly shit.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
we
got the
know.
whole Fortnite.
He's-
We know he might not be
not.
family
We're
friendly.
aware.
Yes.
Settle down. The
Yeah.
sun's getting real low there, buddy.
But that's what he's got. He's got that Fortnite, he's got that audience, and I feel like that's just what he's gonna thrive on with YouTube if he goes there. Unless he gets paid out somehow miraculously a bunch of money from another platform that's not Twitch. That's where I believe he's gonna go.
Dude, yeah. In what world is he family friendly?
Yeah, exactly. He's not. But
He's not.
that's
But
what his
he does
audience
try and portray
and
that shit.
that's
He
yeah.
tries to portray himself as a family-friendly
Yeah.
advertisement, right?
Like
That's what he's been doing ever since he was even on Twitch. He tried to
Exactly.
do the whole, "Oh, I'm family friendly, therefore you can monetize me all you want to," even though he's a toxic little shit
Yeah.
the entire time.
Because we know, I mean, we go back to like his H1Z1 days. We've all seen it.
Or the
Oh my
PUBG
God.
days.
Yeah.
Ninja Hyper.
even farther than that, go to his Halo days when the dude
Yeah.
was a Halo,
Legit.
Pro.
Yeah.
Like he is legitimately one of the most toxic individuals when it comes to this kind of stuff. And like I mean, him and Tyler One, man, like it's just like
Yeah.
they're like right there neck and neck. Like
But it's like when he found Fortnite, it was like, oh, you know, my audience is now these 12-year-old kids, and they all have their mom's credit cards, and they're donating me all this money. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna do something.
He found a way to monetize himself. That's
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
Well, it ha-
100%.
it
He
happened
found a
too-
way to monetize himself and completely try and take advantage of his younger viewership audience.
after the Drake situation, that's where you saw like the
Yeah.
whole
Mhm.
family friendly like or whatever else, and then it just went to shit. And to give you a reference, so someone in chat was basically saying that like 10% of the viewers followed them over to Mixer. It was actually less than that. To be again, the only reason I know this number is because I had to research this number. Or, it was a total of 5.7% actually
Mhm.
followed them over to Mixer. 5.7% followed them to Mixer.
Because what he was
So-
like averaging like close to 50,000 more like on streams, wasn't he?
He like
At
his
his like leave.
his CCV on stream was anywhere between 27 upwards to around 55,000 depending on who he was streaming with.
Yeah.
But
And when he
for
went over to Mixer, he had like 4,000. Yeah, maybe three.
maybe 3,000,
Yeah.
4,000.
I think he could barely hit 3.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, it's I don't like if
Do
I'm
you
Twitch,
think
tell him to fuck
do,
off.
do you think investors or anything like that, or like anybody that's in charge of like ads or anything like that, are going to be forcing like Amazon's hand to maybe consider throwing an offer out to
No.
these guys just because they do know it's going to bring in increases in ad revenues, especially if he does stick with the quote unquote family friendly nature and they're able to monetize off of him?
So the reason that there's a couple reasons as to why I say no. One, if you've looked at the way that Twitch has been doing like ads lately, it's completely changed over what we used to know, right? It doesn't matter now, like where you go, whose channel you're on, or whatever else. You're getting an ad roll, and on top of that, like all of the sidebars, everything is now being controlled via ads. Like the reason they're doing these trailers, inside like the new channel layout is so they can run ad rolls. Their whole goal is to completely get away from the idea that of essentially market share. Like it doesn't matter whether Dr. Disrespect is seeing it or whatever else. I can go to somebody and say, I have, like X amount of people are watching my, on here. So we're just going to go on and show your ad wherever. You know what I mean? Like it's essentially the same thing as like the Super Bowl. Like when sporting events happen, there is this thing, everybody's going to see it. It doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter if they sub, doesn't matter shit. Everyone's going to see it. Like it just, regardless. And like the whole thing about like using ad blocks, trust me, they are absolutely smart enough to get around all of that. Like it doesn't matter. So like it really doesn't matter as to what, like I don't think investors are sitting there saying like you have to have Ninja come back, or you have to have Shroud come back. Their whole thing, I think the only grab there is like what is their comeback stream going to look like? You know what I mean?
It would be ridiculous.
Yeah, it would be
yeah.
huge, but it'll die down.
Yeah,
I mean, they
inevitably.
always do, but
Yeah.
Tyler One and Dr. Disrespect's
So,
comeback
they-
streams were
The biggest thing that I
record-breaking numbers, and I
Yeah.
feel like a Ninja and Shroud comeback stream would probably top even those.
So the biggest thing that I can say with that could possibly move me more towards the YouTube side of things is just the simple fact that with Mixer, the only reason why a lot of people didn't go to Mixer is because they would have had to have signed up for another account, I believe, right? So they didn't already have an account. Everybody fucking has a YouTube account. Everybody uses YouTube. So him going to YouTube is going to be a better option for him and for YouTube in general.
Again, we're all talking, which I mean, and I want to move past these two fuckheads and get into like the real like the meat and
The
potatoes
people
of
that
everybody else.
matter.
Like yeah, but I mean the reality is we're talking about even Microsoft. Like Microsoft has way more money than they could have dumped money into Mixer. You know what I mean? And a lot of this and this is where I do want to kind of spend a second to talk about, like, there was allegations that were made about, that came out about Mixer, with people in their corporation setup that were racist and saying absolute like shit horrible things. I know. So Enigma is saying that. Well, let me ask you, what is your feeling? Because again, before I go into my whole fucking spiel, like, what is Enigma? Like, what are your guys' feelings on this? Like, do you think that this was something that Mixer just they did as like saying like, we don't even want to touch this, like we're just fucking done. I'd rather not deal with this shit. Or do you think that this was something they were just like they planned out and they had no intentions of actually making Mixer anything bigger than what it was?
I mean,
That.
me personally, we talked about this a little bit prior, and you had asked me kind of the same question: is if it was kind of premeditated, or do we think that it was a reactionary choice? I personally feel that with something like setting up a partnership or whatever that is emerging for Facebook, I want to say that was premeditated. Like, I don't think that they could have done that in literally a week. I seriously don't think they could have done that in a week. Now, it could have been a couple months that it was premeditated, maybe, but like 7 days is a very short amount of time to go through all that legal bullshit, right?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, and
Um,
maybe the situation like advanced the agenda
That's
a
what
little
I'm
bit. Maybe
thinking.
they
Yeah.
were far enough
I
into like negotiations.
Yeah.
Facebook was just like, go ahead, make the
I
call.
I think that at the point that they started buying Twitch streamers, they had a feeling or an inkling that they were going to be merging and partnering, and that was their kind of pushing factor for them to try and snatch up, all these big name streamers like Ninja, like Shroud, like whoever else was going over there. I think that they had kind of an inkling of what was going to happen, and they were like, okay, we're going to give this, we're going to give it 6 months.
Because it
We're gonna
was
give it
around the same
6
time that
months.
Mixer started buying people that Facebook also did.
Exactly. So that's my biggest thing is I think that they had a time frame that they were willing to push enough money into it, right? They had enough money in their coffers that they were like, okay, we can push this much money into buying some streamers and see if we can get to see if we can get our viewer retention and our viewership up.
Hmm.
And if it doesn't happen by X date, we'll move forward with Plan B, which Plan B was
Do you
to sell
do you
fucking
do you
Mixer.
think do you believe them when they say that this was because a this is a bigger plan for what they're trying to do with like their xCloud servers and services with the next generation of Xbox and things like that. I mean, because Microsoft came out and basically said, hey, look, like, the reason that we're doing all of this is because we can't integrate xCloud how we want to. Like, we tried doing it on our own, we couldn't do it. So Facebook has the ability to touch every devices all over the world, with pretty much any kind with ease. With one button, they could flip a switch and basically have xCloud and be able to game on all their stuff. Because do you guys know what xCloud is? Like, do you know what their whole thing
I've
is?
Is it
heard of
like a
it, yeah.
Stadia type
Yeah, that's
bullshit?
what is.
Yeah. So essentially, what it is that they are going to Microsoft is working on a system to allow for server-based or cloud-based gaming. And they want to use what they're saying is that they want to use Facebook as the delivering system for this on top of like whatever, gamer people that are gamers that they can use whatever, but they're going to basically use Facebook's back-end system to allow all of that.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
so, I
Okay.
mean, do you believe that? Like, do you think that
That's the reason they decided to merge. Is that what you're saying?
that's what they're saying?
I think
I,
they're
I don't. I don't
blatant.
think. I don't think that's the reason they decided to merge. I think it's probably a deciding factor in it. Like, they were like, "Oh, well, we're already
Mhm.
dealing with Facebook, so we can just unload our fucking problem off on Facebook, and they can deal with it."
And like kind of
Right?
play it off as like that's why we're doing this whole move thing
Yeah.
instead of actually saying, we fucked up and that's it. That's it with Mixer.
I think they were doing poorly at the poker table, bleeding
Yeah.
chips,
100%.
and they needed to cash in before they lost it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my whole take on all of this is that I believe that was probably not
A
necessarily.
factor.
I think it's a factor. I think it's a big factor in what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think in looking at the scope of everything, like some people, like there are people in chat and people that are saying like, oh, this has been happening like on the midst for the last 6 months. I don't necessarily think that you're wrong, right? I think there are signs of this being bad, right? And that Microsoft wasn't taking it as seriously as what they wanted to. But I still don't think that Microsoft looked at it and said, we don't want to take on Twitch. I think that they wanted to invest in it, but I just think that honestly, I think what really happened was the console, like this console generation, this console war that's about to hit, that's coming across, right? All of this kind of stuff coming. I think that they basically looked at it and said, we have to slim down and narrow focus. And I think Phil Spencer, honestly, because he's been trying to do this since he's taken over, right? Like the Xbox One came out and it was a fucking like just shit show all over the place on what it was trying to be, the one set box, like whatever, man. Like it was just all over the fucking place. And so Spencer basically says we're going back to like focus on one thing and one thing only, which is the games. And then you had also too, like a lot of people like I don't think remember is like Sony did the whole like PS Go or PS Now, whatever, PS Now, like which you can still get, but like that shit sucks. Like it doesn't work. It's a fucking shit show or whatever else. So along with that, like you had Mixer and all this other kind of stuff, and like I just think Phil Spencer basically said, we're bringing this back to square one, which is we're going to focus on solely games and let everybody else do whatever the live streaming stuff that they want to do. It's sad. I hate it. Like obviously a lot of you guys know, like I went to Mixer and tried it. Like I liked Mixer as a platform. I think that I think the chat integration stuff that they had, a lot of their ideas were fucking really fucking cool. But my fear now is like without Twitch having and not that Mixer was a serious competitor, but without Twitch having like a competitor that is actually like trying new shit, Twitch is. I wonder if the Twitch overlords just kick back, going, "Well, we're good for another fucking 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, however long it is."
Well, I
Like,
mean,
we
and
don't
you,
need to
you
innovate.
you you said it. You said it perfectly right there, though. Like, were they ever really that worried? I don't
No,
honestly think that.
I
I don't
don't think
honestly
Twitch
think that
ever
Twitch
was
was
really.
ever really that worried.
I'm not saying that Twitch was like shaking in their boots, but I think that innovation it comes from competition. I mean, I think that there are
Yeah, that's
things
the
that
basis of business.
Yeah, I
right.
mean,
I think
Twitch bought out a few people too. Like didn't they buy Summon out just recently?
they
They
bought
bought people
Sunder,
out.
Admiral Baru, Josh OG,
Yeah,
Dr.
Doc.
and that was
Beck.
in direct response to the Mixer and
Yeah,
all these
that
other,
was.
buying out too. But I don't think they were really sweating at all.
Yeah, I think that a lot of stuff still, even as small as what Mixer was, like people said, like, hey, Mixer is allowing for way higher bit rate. Like, why are you not? Right now that conversation's gone. Like that conversation, like Twitch,
Right.
But
like
the biggest problem with that though is that it hardly ever worked. Like, wasn't that why you left Mixer? Was that the bitrate situation? You kept getting like
It was
micro stutters and
unstable.
shit.
well, yeah. So it wasn't their
Well,
bit
their
rate issue.
FTL.
Their FTL system was dog shit.
Yeah.
Which is faster than light. So that had nothing to do with like bitrate. My streams actually looked better than what they do on Twitch.
The
Because I
problem
have
with bitrate though is not everybody's able to handle those high bit rates. Hell, there are people in my channel as is that aren't able to handle like the upper limits of what Twitch offers us,
Yeah.
let alone whatever Mixer was able to throw out there. It
Well,
kind of gates off some viewership.
Well, what was the comparison? It's 6K bitrate on Twitch is the max, right? Or is it higher than that?
well,
I think
okay.
that's
So
the max that you can get as an affiliate. Isn't
As
it?
an
quotes, guys,
Quotes.
air quoted. I can tell you right now, I'm running 10K bit rate and have no issues. Like,
But is that actually like is Twitch? Is that going through
But
Twitch?
you're
Like
you're streaming that, but you're not actually getting that to your viewer. Are you?
Yeah.
yes, I am. Yes, I 100% am. I literally talk. Okay.
If they're not buffering 24/7.
If you have a question, let me say it this way because I don't want to get us or anybody else on this our show on trouble. If you have a question about bitrate when it comes to Twitch, DM me. My DMs are open. DM me on Twitter. DM me on Discord. DM me on Twitch. Don't DM me on Twitch. Don't do that. DM me on Twitter and Discord.
So 10K works on Twitch, is what you're saying.
10K works on Twitch.
And what
10K
were
works
they promising on Mixer then?
up to 14?
Okay. And that worked? Did you? You
worked.
said you
Yeah,
had
no,
like you had good.
Except people micro stutter.
Right. The issue
Yeah.
that was there was their FTL system. Like, couldn't. I don't think that their servers could handle it. I don't think that they ever invested enough money into their ingest servers and actually like dealing with what was coming through because you have like, and that's one of the big things here. Like Twitch, as massive as it is, like they keep dumping money into this other stuff, right? But my whole thing is like, stop dumping money into these overlays features for right now and dump a shit ton of money into your servers and allow people to go all the way up to like 30K bitrate and
That's true.
fucking just put
People
out
can't
4K.
watch 30K bitrate. The good majority of people can't handle that.
There's everything called transcoding and allows you to fucking do so you can watch your fucking streams a lot lower. Like, yes, you can. People like
Yeah,
I'm
but
so
not all streamers get.
Yeah,
get
you have to have a certain viewer limit
Yeah.
to
Right,
allow for
so-
transcoding.
Okay. All right, guys. Everybody that tells me like, hey, viewers can't watch 10K bitrate or whatever else. First off, Twitch fixed a lot of that.
Don't be
stuff,
broke,
right?
guys.
If you have, that's go get, top.
Go get
You have-
fiber, like
Look,
Sid.
3 viewers. 3 viewers is all it takes to get transcoding. 3. You have to have 3 consecutive viewers to get transcoding.
Yeah, but again, you don't always get it because you've
Yeah, I
been
don't-
over 3 viewers and you still had issues with transcoding. Not
I don't
having
think I've ever got transcoding.
I've never seen transcoding on your channel, Sin. I rarely ever see transcoding
I've
on
never
like some
not
of the
seen
other
transcoding
people that
on
I
my channel.
watch.
I've never
That's
not
what
seen transcoding. I've never not seen it. So the only times I've ever not seen transcoding is whenever like I said, Twitch was having this issue. But this was before I left to go to Mixer. Like I have I've seen transcoding.
Okay,
like,
so it's promised at what, 3 viewers? You said
three viewers.
concurrent
affiliate,
average
You have to
viewers.
you have to be affiliate, and it's 3 concurrent viewers.
Yeah.
And again, if you want to challenge me, you can DM me, and I'll show you why I know what I know. Like I'm not.
All
just
I'm
going
saying
to
is
poke out
I've
of my
heard
ass.
people saying that they know when I host you because they can't watch the stream.
Guys, I'm sorry, I don't know. I can't tell you. I've never not seen transcoding like at all.
I don't know. I've never seen it on my stream, and I've had more, I think, than 3 concurrent viewers
I
most of the
always
time.
see transcoding on your stream. I see
Really?
transcoding on both. your
I've had
streams.
multiple people tell me that there's never been transcoding.
I mean, I'm
Twitch
just
is
saying,
broken. I'm just saying Twitch is broken.
The other problem
It's
with transcoding right now.
inconsistent.
Yeah.
The other problem with transcoding right now on your stream right now, the only transcoding option I have is 1080p 60.
Yeah, same. I don't have.
That is
I don't
actually
have
the same right
transcoding.
now, and you've got 10 viewers. So
Yeah.
fight me, Sid. Fight me.
I'm just saying.
I'm
bro,
just
like,
saying. Blame.
I can go and
Thanks,
look at-
Twitch. Thanks,
I
Twitch.
can go and look up. I can look it up and say that I've got like I'm seeing transcoding on mine. Like I can look at it and see that I have transcoding available.
But
I
you're
can
maybe
go-
because you're the
click on it.
streamer.
What do you mean click on it?
What is your quality
Hold on,
option?
I want to go to my own stream
I
and
can
see
go
if
all the
I
way
can
down
see.
to
All of you guys only have one transcoding option. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. Okay. Bo's the same. But
This is what I'm saying.
Either-
I don't think investing in infrastructure, yes, but I don't think we need to be allowing like ridiculous amounts of bitrate because the
If you-
average person cannot. They can't handle watching that.
If you are first off, if you're putting money into your servers, you're putting money into your ability to allow for transcoding.
Yeah, but
Like,
not
so
shipping it out.
should
to
they just
everybody.
pay everyone to have better internet too?
Google Fiber this shit, man. Google Fiber it. Like I'm just saying.
They'll just partner up with Musk. They'll partner
Yeah,
up with Elon Musk.
right.
Everybody gets fiber.
All I'm saying is that
Just give everyone
the-
5G.
The other side of this too is that if you think that at a certain point, like this is where if they don't change it, if Twitch does not get their shit together, right? YouTube eventually will become a problem because this is becoming, or YouTube will take over
Good.
because this is a situation where you do have people that are out there saying, you guys are only allowing for 1080p. For Christ's sake, like I can go right now to Walmart and buy a $300 4K television, right? Like I can get 4K easily. And I get that the internet or whatever else doesn't allow for that everybody can't watch it, right? That somebody in the world is on their phone or on whatever else and can't watch a fucking stream because of their internet. I get it. I understand it. But what I'm saying is that if I can go and get transcoding or go to YouTube and instantly get transcoding or whatever else, then yeah, you need to change it. People are going to start leaving and going over there because people are not going to want to like we're going to talk about Cyberpunk and we're going to talk about Avengers coming up. And those 2 games, if you watch the videos of it or whatever else, Twitch is going to have to step it up because that shit's going to look like crap. Like it's just going to look like shit. There's so many particle effects that are going on in the Avengers game that it's literally going to look like a blocky
Yeah,
ass.
I mean,
Like-
it's going to look like BDO did. Like whenever BDO was up on stream, it looked
They
great.
had to bring up BDO. God damn it.
Like,
I'm just saying
I'm
that
kidding.
is one of the games that I know of that has a shit ton of particle effects.
Yeah.
It looked grainy as shit.
right.
Oh,
It
okay.
looks like crap. Like, and that's it. Like, so the thing about it that's out there, like, I don't know. We're getting off topic of like of whatever else. All I'm saying is that I'm really upset that like now there is one less person to put Twitch in their place to say like, hey, we need to add features, we need to do different things. Channel points was a direct correlation because of Mixer. The new overlay system was a direct correlation of Mixer. Like those things are things that forced Twitch to do innovative stuff. Even though like
I don't.
Maybe.
I'm going to argue on
Mhm.
that point because I don't think that it forced Twitch to do anything. That was just, oh yeah, that's a cool idea. We should do that too. Like I don't think it was a force.
nobody's not
I don't think it was a force
No,
anything.
Twitch is
Oh my
gonna
Like
get a whole
they
feed
weren't
now.
they weren't looking at Mixer and going, oh shit, they've got a new overlay thing.
how we
Well,
said hey,
They're
let's
gonna
not-
fuck us up if we don't fucking get that.
I think Twitch is gonna be the new Facebook. We're gonna have a whole feed and everything, like friends list. We're gonna have birthdays.
Yeah, I miss being able to customize my face or my MySpace backgrounds and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Dude, yeah, we get custom songs whenever somebody like joins our channel.
Well, Bill already has that. You can
Yeah, man.
do
That's
all
true.
that
I'm
kind of
back
That's
in the
true.
MySpace days already.
Like,
Yeah, that's true.
Remember also too, just side note, remember when we asked Enigma not to fucking like do the overly dramatic
Bro.
yelling and screaming so people
Bro,
can
I'm not yelling.
Whoa,
Like,
whoa,
I'm
chill,
literally
chill,
not
chill,
yelling.
chill.
Yo, back it down, bro.
Yeah,
Back
bro.
it
I'm
down.
literally not yelling.
Enigma, get back in your cage, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're the one that's talking the fuck out.
It's okay,
me.
man. It's okay. It's all
Um,
good.
Look, okay, if you want to get hung up on the word of forced versus like they thought it was a good idea, I'm just saying, like, they came out with something. Twitch was like,
Well,
oh, that's kind of fucking cool. So we're gonna
There's a very big difference between taking an idea that they think, oh yeah, that actually that's actually a good idea. Good job, fucking Mixer, and
Jesus
going, oh shit, we need to apply this or else we're gonna get fucked over by
Yeah,
Mixer.
no, I agree with you,
Nobody's
Enigma.
saying that they're not getting fucked. That they think that Mixer is going to fuck them over. I'm just saying that it caused somebody. It made Twitch stand up and go, "Oh, that's a dope ass idea." Who's doing that now? When was the last time that anybody heard Facebook Gaming going or Twitch going? No, what they're doing over at Facebook Gaming is fucking really cool. Hey, all that demonetization that they're doing over at YouTube, let's copy that. Like,
I mean, they already did that.
Yeah, that's
What?
DMCA.
That's already a thing.
DMCA is not forever. We're not getting into that DMCA.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know. It saddens me that Mixer is closing.
I am upset that there's not another competition, whether Twitch was taking them seriously or not. Simple point. There's one less possibility of a company coming up to rival Twitch.
Yeah.
And that whether Twitch was doing anything to improve their systems based on competition or not, there's not going to be that possibility from that source anymore, and that is upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
and it's sad what Microsoft
it-
did to them. Like
it's sad what Microsoft did
just
to 'em.
dropping them.
And the big boys are going to be fine. Ninja, he'll be fine.
100%.
Shroud, he'll be fine. It's the people our level to like upper middle that are going to get screwed over on this. All of those Mixer streamers that have been there since the beginning, that have decided to commit their time to it, they are deplatformed. They're not going to get the sweet deals that Facebook is offering, that Twitch would be offering. They are just basically told, hey, well, you had a good run. Good luck out there in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
don't
yeah,
even get a
they're-
cookie.
They're going
Not
well, I mean,
even a fucking cookie.
Yeah.
They are getting a cookie. I mean, Facebook is saying like, hey, like you can come over and we're going to give you all this stuff or whatever else if you want to go over to Facebook. I mean, if that's where you want to fucking go.
I'm sure some will go, but I'm sure they'll probably leave.
Some already have. Like
Yeah.
there's some that already have. But I mean, my thing is, and this is kind of where we can go into, I guess the next step of this is like, there's a huge amount of people that are, immigrating into Twitch, right? And automatically getting partnership, right? So what is your like idea there? And okay, let me say this too, because someone is quoting somebody right here on in one of our chats, right? Is that people are actually quitting streaming. Here's what I'll say, right? And you can call me an insensitive fucking prick if you really want to. If I see one more goddamn video of somebody breaking down into fucking tears, saying like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life, like I can't, this is everything I've got, I don't know what to do. Guess what? There's a fucking place down the street. Go apply. Go get a goddamn real job. Go fucking work in the world. Like, I get it. Your world came to a crashing halt. If I got fired tomorrow from my job, I'm not gonna be like, I don't know what I'm gonna do and post it on Twitter. Like, Jesus Christ. Go again, like pull up your big boy pants and let's go out and go get a real job so that we can fucking go and do like the same thing. Like, holy hell, I don't know, man. Like, yeah. So I'm just saying, like, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but like, I cannot fucking stand seeing a timeline of people just being like crying and whining because Mixer imploded, and now you're like, I don't know where to go. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
that's just Twitter too for you. Everyone goes to Twitter to spurt stuff out, cry about stuff, and it's just kind of is what it is.
You know, Jesus Christ, you're gonna have to come over to Twitch and maybe go get like a real job so you can support yourself. So then, like, you're gonna have to like grow your platform like the rest of us all fucking do, and then like or whatever else. Or no, like, is that what's gonna have to happen? So, Team Send, yo, whatever, call me whatever you want, bro. I don't give a shit. I know who I am. Like, I'm proud to be the fucking asshole of this goddamn podcast.
It's accurate. It's funny because it's accurate.
It's funny because it's true.
Oh god.
Like, I'm just saying, is there anybody that just is right now in the four of us? I got, yeah, I'll listen. I'm watching all of the chat comments. Is there anybody that's on this show right now that thinks that I'm fucking wrong about this? Like, I get it. Your platform fucking blew up or whatever else, but you like, yeah, okay, you get a day. You get a day to fucking mope. Maybe I'll give you a weekend. You get the weekend to fucking mope around or whatever else. Then you get off your ass and you either figure out how you're gonna make it over here. And I commend a lot of the Mixer streamers that are like, they're on Mixer and they're fucking like showing their Twitch channels and whatever else. They're just like, we're going over here, follow us over here, whatever. Great, you're putting in the effort. But if I see one more, I saw a person that was permabanned on Twitch because of some they got permabanned, and like I'm not gonna name the person, but the person that was over here was permabanned for a fucking reason. They deserve to be permabanned and whatnot. Facebook Gaming is not going to pick them up because they don't want them, which is a shocker to me because Facebook is one of the most toxic fucking environments that you can like go and live stream on. But Facebook doesn't want them, and YouTube, they're not allowed on YouTube. Mixer, for whatever reason, was allowing them to stream on Mixer, and they're like, I don't know what I'm going to do because this is my entire world. I don't know. Like, go get a real job. Like, quit streaming.
I feel like, yeah, it's the same thing with people doing like the outrageous shit for views. It's just another viewer publicity stunt. The crocodile tears and all that. It's the same. This is the new. Hey, we've went 5 minutes without a sub. What the fuck? I'm gonna stop streaming if you guys don't start subbing now. Like you have $5, right? It's the new that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the new the new. How dare you watch my stream for 5 minutes and not sub? How dare you?
Right. This is our
job.
job.
My time is more important than your time. You should be paid.
They know exactly what they're gonna do. They're just using this for sympathy and for a viewer peak. It's bullshit. You're correct, but it's all a narrative. It's all fictitious. It's all stuff just to get.
The biggest thing is it takes a very, very specific type of person, because losing a job, especially if you've been doing it for a long time, can be very stressful. It can be very anxiety inducing, right? And it takes a very specific person, just like you, Sin, just like me, just like I'm sure Bill and Scruffy as well, that if they lose their job, they say, well, that was fucked up. Don't know what I'm going to do now, but I got to go and find a new job, right? That would be my reaction, right? But when it comes down to it, people in today's day and age, unfortunately, and I'm going to sound like an old motherfucker, they don't know how to handle dejection and rejection and all that shit and being fired. That's just the point. They don't know how to handle it these days.
No, you're right. Both of you are 100% right. Absolutely right. But I mean, my whole thing is that this is just like anything else. I mean, we sit here and I'm seeing all of these people that are bitching and complaining about streaming, but yet, all of the stuff that's going on with COVID, right? Nobody as a business owner could have fucking prepared for COVID, and COVID shut down the fucking world, like whatever else. Like, those businesses adapted, they became stronger, right? They changed the way that they're going to do things. The ones that did survive. If you don't, well, that's called that is capitalism. It is evolution, right? The weak must perish so that the strong can survive. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it is a situation like of where you should go into the understanding that, like, yes, this is what I am, like, everything I have is built into live streaming, right? And it were to go away, I get it, man. But again, you've got so much experience when it comes to, just networking. I mean, all of this stuff, man. Go like AV stuff, everything. Go out in the fucking real world and get a job, that can support that kind of stuff. Like, figure out what your next steps are. But to sit there and post a video of like, oh my God, my entire world is over. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. And like people getting automatically partnered over here because of their following on Mixer. I agree. And I know like Twitch's partner program and how it functions and works and whatnot. But the problem that I have is that there are people that are getting partnered on here that have more followers but less concurrent viewers than some of the channels that we all watch, right?
I mean, there's partners on Twitch right now that technically don't meet the partnership standards. Their channel, from the time that they were partnered, they have declined to the point they no longer follow that, and Twitch isn't going to yoink their partnership.
A lot of those from like the JTV days and whatnot.
I'm not talking about like declining. I'm talking about this is somebody coming onto a new platform, right? That even on Mixer did not meet the require, because again, to give insight, Mixer's requirements to become partnered was extremely strict, except for the last like 3 months, and 3 or 4 months, and then it completely declined. Like the beginning of the year, it just completely declined. Like it was not that hard to become a partner on Mixer. Like you needed to have like 25 concurrent viewers, maybe.
Towards the start, it was definitely easy. I remember you like you could have like like it was like 30 fucking concurrent.
Yeah, it's not nothing. It was nothing. I mean, fuck, I may go over there now, just get the goddamn check mark and then be like, hey, Twitch, hey, yo, check mark, saying check mark. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's something for.
I think it's not adding salt to the wound, kind of. I think it's Twitch being like, yeah, we'll throw you a bone on this. It's real shitty what they did, so here you go. It's not like it's gonna benefit them if they're not meeting those numbers still over here that much. Like, yeah, they have the check mark. But realistically, they're not going to get the full partner benefits just because they're not like they will, but they won't. You know what I mean? It's not going to benefit them as much just because they're not going to be meeting. It's like I was saying, the old partners, that's channels have declined. They're still partnered, but they're not getting that good because reasons.
Yeah, I mean, again, like people are saying in chat, like the check mark really doesn't mean shit. I mean, it means a lot to some people, like a lot. I mean, people fucking.
It's like a goal that people really go for. That's about it. But
I get it, man.
Yeah.
But
I just want a check mark for more emotes. If I'm being real with you,
it's a sense of accomplishment to a lot of people. But it's also like it's almost like buying a Rolls Royce, right? It's like a fucking status symbol on Twitch. I have a check mark.
It's a flex.
I'm more important.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, it just gets right into the whole thing of this is more segregation and more like separating people and whatever else. I mean, ever since the affiliate program came out, partners have been pissed. Like partners don't like affiliates. But I mean, it's died down a lot, but like there are still a lot of partners that are just like, "Wow, the fuck? You mean you're gonna give affiliates now tier 2 and tier 3? What do you mean it get like 5 emotes? What the fuck?" Like, I mean, does it? Okay.
You mean to tell me you're gonna give them ad rolls?
Holy crap and shit! What the fuck is this?
Get down, brother.
They took our ads.
All my damn abilities on Twitter, taking my viewers. Like, this fucking Christ, man.
What did this turn into?
Like, I don't know.
I'm sitting here watching. I'm just like, okay.
It's just
join in, bro.
We're descending into down south, apparently.
Yeah.
It's just it's ridiculous. So anyway, so whatever. I mean, again, I'm happy to see that Mixer people are finding a home. I think that what Microsoft did to Mixer people is fucking shitty, especially because Microsoft is still sending out fucking Mixer jackets and hoodies and clothes. Like people are getting it right now, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding?
Can I get some? I need a new jacket.
Like I want to go buy it just to be like, yo, I think Scruffy, you were the one that posted being like, take a picture of your fucking Mixer profile.
Yeah.
That you were there. Yeah.
Right.
Like it's I don't know. It's fucking crazy, but I'm happy that Mixer like people are finding a home here, and the Twitch community has been very like open and warming and welcoming to be like, yo, come. Like, I even said it like, to the people that come and watch me, like, put your links in, whatever else. Like, I want to help like in any way, shape, or form I can. But I just think that it's you know, I don't know. It's just mind blowing that this is kind of stuff that's happening, and I'm excited to see what fucking July is going to bring. Maybe we're going to get an alien invasion because everything else is imploding. So I mean, I just assume that next it's going to be this. Or
I'm honestly slightly scared for some of the Mixer streamers coming over here because as nice as some people are, like as hospitable as like you and a lot of the other people that I've been seeing on Twitter, there are some predatory motherfuckers that are just gonna try to fucking clout farm off these people so hard.
Absolutely, people are
And
doing it.
that scares me so much for them. Just I understand you need to get used to that in this industry because it's inevitable. There's always going to be shady motherfuckers that are going to do whatever they can to get an edge up. But the fact that it's like a new flock of sheep coming past the wolf's den, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. People are gonna like again, Mixer, the Mixer community was a kind of nicer place. Like it wasn't as bad as Twitch is
They
because
had
the
stricter TOS, like way stricter than
the-
TOS.
right. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, it's like it's like somebody decided to go over and just be like, you know what? We're not even gonna open the door. We're not gonna like kick the chickens out of the coop. We're just gonna fucking let the wolves come in the fucking chicken coop and just lock the fucking door behind it and be like, well, fend for yourself. Like, I mean, this is essentially gonna turn into Thunderdome with some of some of these
Survival
people.
of the fittest.
And I think a lot of them are gonna be like, oh my god, like these streamers are wanting to talk to me, and then the next thing you know, it's like, and it's just like, I mean, you're gonna Dead by Daylight get your ass hooked like in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I'm just saying, be mindful, be wary. Hi, how are you guys?
And the worst part is like they're coming over here.
Everybody come here.
They're coming over here to try and further their career on a streaming platform, correct? But with their current viewership over there on, I don't care. You know, you got 30 people, you got 20 people, we got however many people, right? Are they going to be able to hold those people, and are they then in turn going to fail in their streaming career and end up just like the people that are just quitting streaming? You know, because it is hard to grow on Twitch. Unfortunately, it's a lot harder to grow on Twitch than it was on Mixer.
Oh yeah. Just because a lot of these categories are super overly saturated with viewers already. It definitely will be, I think, a challenge. But I've seen a couple people who have moved over from Mixer. Some of who have been on Twitch prior, went to Mixer for a long time and then came back. So some have had already affiliated and stuff. But they've came over, and I've seen like a direct response from all of their viewers from Mixer that they had, like come over and support them and drop subs since they were already affiliated and all that stuff. I think it's just gonna depend on kind of like the communities that they built and how like maintained they were on Mixer and how supportive they are.
The one thing I will say is that a lot of people are like, again, it's always, you know, if it's not them booby streamers are taking my viewers, you know, or whatever, you know, it's now that the Mixer people are taking their viewers. But honestly, I see it the other way. I think that for smaller channels like ours, like there's a more influx of people that would come in to actually view our channels, because again, like Mixer is a smaller pond. They're used to smaller communities. You know, they know that they can go watch Dr. Disrespect's, the Tim and Tatmans, or whatever else. But now that they can come over here and they can watch, you know, I think that it's more of a thing where, you know, it opens up for more people to watch us. You know, they're bringing more viewers in that would actually watch us. So yeah, absolutely. Let's steal the Mixer viewers. I'm just saying. Let's
see. Definitely that works out. I'm interested to see the growth on here. See if it does push any new change, because
I would like to see it cause.
What's that?
I would like to see it cause some positive influxes in the lower pools of Twitch. I think there's good reason to believe that that's going to be the case.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I mean, because again, people love their platforms. They don't fucking go, you know, a lot of people, it's Mixer or nothing. And when Mixer's not there, they're going to come over here, obviously. But I mean, they were not going to be like, very few people are going to watch people on Mixer and watch people on Twitch. Like it's, you know, I mean, even for me, who, like I said, I work in this industry, I still didn't even do it. Like I was just like, it's just, I don't know, I don't want to deal with it. So I'm just gonna stick to Twitch. Like, so yeah, it's that part is good. But again, I think that it sucks the way Microsoft handled it.
Oh, completely. They just dropped the ball. They're just like
way to be an asshole. You know, or you know, everything else. So Well, speaking of assholes, let's talk about the next asshole that's on the list. Did you guys see about the dude that's suing Twitch?
My hand hurts.
My hand hurts. I have way too strong of a forearm. I can't make it through doorways.
Like,
Every time I go, I break the door handle and I just get locked in a room until they come and break it down.
I'm just saying, I thought that we saw the end of like this whole like simp fucking, incel culture that was out there or whatever else. But this one, man, takes the fucking cake.
It's thriving. Some culture.
Like, chat, just so you guys are aware, for everybody else that's listening, right?
Yeah, fill them in, Sin.
Oh man. All right. So there's a person that is suing Twitch and Amazon for upwards of $25 million, right?
In damages.
In damages. Like, I don't know what 25. I'm interested to know what $25 million to someone's penis looks like.
That can buy you a lot of lube and a lot of anti-chafing cream.
I'm just saying, man. So
he's signing a whole Mixer deal.
Yeah, seriously, man. Like, he is suing Twitch for saying that they are promoting female streamers over male streamers. Again, shocker. It's not like we didn't fucking know all of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but he is suing them, saying that he is a sex addict, which maybe he is, right? This dude follows 756 female streamers and not one dude, not one male streamer. And he's like, I can't even go and look at League of Legends or the category without seeing boobies. All I'm seeing are boobies. All I see is boobies. Like, and I can't help but click on it. And then once I see the boobies, all I want to do is donate bits. I'm ruining my life. And Twitch, it's your fault. Like,
I want to know what that feels like to have such a need to just click and just go, like have that urge.
Oh, I don't understand it, man. But this dude is legitimately, and not only that, to take it a step further, he is asking for, I think is it 75? Maybe it's a large number of female streamers to get
banned.
Permaban.
Yeah.
Pokey Amaranth,
Alinity. Yeah, all of them. Get them out of here.
There's some that maybe deserve it, but okay, come on.
I'm cool, man. But like, holy hell, dude! Like, who? And my only thought about it is what fucking lawyer thought that this was like a worthy case? Like, yeah,
he's from California, so that explains a lot.
Yeah, I'm like, how did that conversation go? Did he walk into the lawyer's office, slam the desk down, and be like, I ain't got no more left in me. I can't keep doing this. It's wrong. I need money.
Walking in there with a fucking cast around his dick and I think if I saw his balls.
I was about to say if a dude walked in with a if a dude walked into my office with an arm looking like Manus at the end of Dark Souls 1 and slammed my desk, I would do whatever the motherfucker said. I'm just being real. Like Quagmire whenever he found internet porn.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if anything, I mean, obviously, first off, like, Twitch will pay 25 million just to be like, whatever, like, go away, like, and whatnot. And if that's the case, if this dude gets $25 million, I swear to God, I am unfollowing all your asses, and I'm
gonna go and start following streamers. That's goddamn sure.
God, man, dude, to keep the show, I'm gonna keep the show at least somewhat PG. But dude, bro, I can spend a couple hours a day. I'm just saying, I can spend a couple hours a day getting some rug burn. It's all right. Like, it just. But maybe they will actually like do something to push this to say we need to like create like a section for this. I don't know. I mean, I like
they probably won't.
That's what I've been advocating for the entire time. It's like it's getting to the point now where it's just like just fucking accept it.
God,
I wish they would.
Fucking accept it, Twitch. Just get us a fucking 18+ where it can be chatter Twitch, chatter, whatever you want to call it. I don't give a shit, but just do an 18+ and get it over with.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Twitch your tit, not TV. I don't, whatever. I just say it. I don't like. Why not, man? Like, do you know what the biggest competitor? We've sat here and talked about for an hour about Mixer being a competitor and YouTube being a competitor, whatever else. Bro, P Hub is the hugest, biggest competitor to Twitch ever. I can tell you right now, I'm sure right now multiple people will sign off Twitch and be like, "Well, it's time to go to P Hub." Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I'm gonna end my night. Like, I just like,
Man, if we could live stream on P Hub, I'm just saying.
bro, I'm not.
You
live streaming
can.
on
You
P Hub.
Pretty
can.
sure you
No
can
way,
you can
really?
up-
Man, I'm gaming on P Hub.
P Hub Live.
Can I be an
There is
affiliate on
a-
there?
There's a you don't have the right assets.
Bro, just give me a few months.
Just dude, we'll be the best looking stream on. Actually, honest to God, dude,
You really would.
we're not even going. We're gonna stop. This is gonna go way.
We're
down.
getting-
No.
We're-
Absolutely not.
We're derailing.
Like, oh my God. I can't. No.
This is the most cursed podcast we've ever had so far.
No, I don't even. Oh man, how do we come back from this?
We don't come back from anything.
We're gonna reset. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 13 of the Pre-Patch Podcast. Like, we lost Scruffy. Scruffy's off camera. Billy can't breathe. Enigma's just shaking his head, dude. He's fucking done.
Enigma, where's your take on this?
Like, yeah,
I have no comments to be
I'm
made at this
crying.
point.
oh my God, dude. Anyway, man, well, you
My-
know,
It's firm on not actually saying anything at this point.
firm, huh? You firm? You stand tall for this matter, bro. So
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
yeah, what's your So but Enigma, so you
Yeah,
don't
just
have any
go.
long or
My
short,
drink.
no nothing on this.
You
Okay.
what?
No long or short on this, right? You know,
Fuck.
Like it's stupid. I agree completely that it's the dumbest thing that I've heard since ever, honestly, on Twitch. But if he wins, dude, I'm just saying. Yeah, 100%, I'm
if
gonna
he
start following
wins,
some
I
people.
swear to God, man, I just like 756 fucking female streamers. I didn't even know. Like, that's impressive.
That is impressive.
Are there that many? Like, because you know what else? Like, I swear to God, I feel like this dude has like built this list and it's probably like emailed this list of being like, "Yo, you want to know the best fucking streams to go like
That's
bank your
bro.
wank to? Like, here you go. Like, here's the fucking list."
I feel like he's one of those dudes who gets pissed when they tell that their viewers that they have a boyfriend. Like, oh, well, you have a boyfriend? Nah, I'm out.
yeah, like I don't know, man. Like,
What
then-
if
like, go ahead.
tinfoil hat time? What if this is all a
Not,
big
not latex foil. Not latex hat. Tinfoil. Okay, tinfoil. Got it. All right,
Tinfoil.
go ahead. Tinfoil. Got it. All right.
What if this is all just a big stunt to bring awareness to the fact that, like, what if he is actually just trying to bring awareness to the issues with some of these female streamers? What if he genuinely feels that this is not an okay place and this is his only way of bringing
it's creative.
justice to the real gamers?
Certainly
So
creative.
he's Batman. He's the fleshlight Batman of Twitch.
Is he the hero that we needed?
So what do I do? So what do I do if I need him? Do I like turn on a light that flashes a big penis up in the sky that says, "Please, please, I need you now"? Like, too many boobies on Twitch. Like,
Which head in that woman tits underneath it.
Batman, more like Fat Man.
I don't.
I don't know for like the many facts about this guy, but I've heard that he's pulled these kind of stunts in these like he's tried
Okay.
suing other people in the past at least. So I don't know. I don't know if that's the case here.
I mean, he's sued. multiple amounts of people, but
Yeah,
that's
and yeah, like game companies,
Again, he's from California. It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
California has very lack when it comes to suing people, and more often than not, they win a lot of the times. Just because of the laws and the way that that suing people comes around inside of fucking California, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's. I mean, again, I don't know. I don't. To go to your point, Phil, I don't think that this dude is fucking riding in on a golden Trojan horse to be this fucking like Spartan of like of positive like morals for fucking Twitch. Like you know, I mean, he's not coming in like tally ho, down with the hose. Like it's just not that's not what's happening. Like, you know, I mean, I don't know. I think that mom stopped paying his fucking rent check or whatever else, and like now his sub to Pokimane or Pokimane fucking ran out, and you know, what is he gonna? Oh my god, I don't know what he's gonna do. Like,
Is this like
so
Boogie 288's like Francis like IRL?
I don't know, man. Like I it's kind of crazy, and again, like his point is valid for a certain amount of things. Like Twitch does need to do something. Twitch absolutely caters to female streamers. I mean, it just
It's
is.
their
Like,
money.
just
Yeah, it's their money
man, like,
makers.
they fucking do.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, it's you can see it in the way that they deal with bands. You can see it with the way that they deal with, you know, Alinity and Amaranth and all of these other people that obviously like I mean, Jesus Christ, because technically by Twitch TOS, like even if you have a OnlyFans account, you are not allowed to technically stream on Twitch. Like it is a very, very small section of TOS that shows that like you are not able to do that. Like you're still promoting pornographic material through your channel because that links to your Twitter. And the way that they go about it is like it links to your Twitter then links to your OnlyFans account.
Hmm.
It's not okay. Like it's not okay to do it. Like so the reality is that when I walk into a stream, you know, or when I go into a stream or whatever else, or I see, you know, an image or whatever else, and it's just this, right? And they're up here, like I don't even know how. Like it looks like my neck right now, like my fat, you know, like I don't. I mean, I don't know, man. Like so, they obviously absolutely cater to that, and it is sad. Is this going to do anything? I don't know. They're not going to do. They're not going to give a shit. Like absolutely not. They're
No.
not going to fucking ban any of them.
I
at
wish
all.
they
And they're
would
not-
add an 18 plus because like it wouldn't even honestly I don't think it'd affect anybody because everybody who's under 18 at the time that seen those you have to be 18 and plus to enter, they all pressed yeah I'm 18. Everyone fakes it if they
Oh,
weren't 18. Like no one's gonna care.
Yeah.
The viewers
absolutely.
aren't gonna go anywhere no matter if there's an 18 or whatever blocking your way in.
I mean, there's a reason that I don't allow my kids to even go remotely close to Twitch. I'm like, absolutely not. You're
Yeah.
not going on Twitch. Like
Like
no
it's so
way.
easy to fake it.
Like, yeah, there's no boundaries. There's nothing. Like it's
Mhm.
just that's it. You know what I mean? Like the 18 plus like rule is, and my thing about like the 18 plus thing is that I think that Twitch should. I don't even know if it's like necessarily make a section that is for that. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know of like, do they make a whole separate site that's like Twitch After Dark or some shit? I don't know, man. Like, what is it? You know, how does that go to where it's like a the right way of doing it? Because if you add a section that's 18 plus, I mean, do you think like do you want that inside your gaming platform?
I mean,
at that
it's
point,
there
it's-
anyways. It's just the fact of like pretty much zoning it. I don't know.
I'd be fine with a Twitch After Dark type website. I think
I'd be
that
fine.
would be,
Oh.
in all honesty, a better move in the right direction.
A whole
than
nother
just
site?
than just ignoring what's going on the platform right now.
A whole nother
but we-
site or like a
Right.
tab in Twitch itself.
Either were.
See, I would rather go for a whole other site. Like to me personally, I want it off the platform.
To be safer for
to be safer, right?
yeah.
I mean, just because again, it's like Twitch is
The problem currently is though it's already on a separate site, so they're clearly not streaming on that site for a reason. It's because that site doesn't get enough views. It's locked behind an age restriction.
yeah, but
Right.
for someone to say like for someone to go like, yo, I'm a P Hub streamer, like or whatever else, versus saying, oh, I'm a Twitch streamer. I mean, there's a lot that goes into though. I mean, it just I don't know, it opens up a lot more. Like again, and I brought this up last time on the show, like, and I don't know if any of you guys, and I'm actually interested to see anybody in chat or have any of you guys seen the ad for Trojan condoms that is showing up on Twitch?
Yeah, I've seen it. I haven't seen it in a while.
So like I'm seeing it constantly. I don't know why. I don't like,
Just saying something.
I don't know why, man. Like I'm just saying, like that ad is showing up whether you're 18 plus or not. Like, and like I told you, like literally, my kid has come in and been like, "What is the moan zone?" Like, I, You know, what am I supposed to say to that? Like,
Birds
I
and
don't
the
know.
bees, man.
It is time, Sin.
Yeah.
I don't
They're
know.
growing up a lot faster nowadays. I think Twitch is actually doing you a favor, getting like a nice
Oh, yeah,
segue.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But I'm just like, to me, I think getting it off the site and getting it to another site that, like, you know, Twitch has or whatever else. Like, I think putting the name Twitch in it, whatever. I don't know. There's a different thing of us saying, like, yes, there are other sites, but like, they're not going to go and stream on Chatterbait or P Hub or one of these sites where it's like there is a legitimate, like a no holds barred nude gaming site. Like, they're not going to go do that. But there are a lot of people that are doing OnlyFans, like, that want a sub model, a sub thing. Like, if you can use your Twitch Prime on
I
fucking,
mean, Snapchat Premium's been here forever too.
you know, yeah, I mean, yeah. So I don't know. Anyway, yo, man, look, I hope that your penis heals okay, and you know, good luck with your lawsuit and
Share some with
how.
us.
One last share what with him?
What? No, share the money he wins with us.
Oh, did you see where he wanted his money to go? He was like,
No.
so out of that 25 million, I want reparations, but also donate some of it to charity. Bro, I don't want any of your penis money. I don't want any of that penis. Like,
I'll take some shit.
I will take penis money.
I'll take penis money.
huh?
You heard it here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not taking any penis money.
Bro,
Y'all can clip
we
that
fought
one.
a lot of chafing cream, anti-chafing cream. I'm just saying.
I don't need penis money, man.
You go to a good cause, you know.
What is I don't never mind. I can just what is it?
Hold on.
Bro, what? Yo, this smells like taint, man. No, I'm just like,
Listen, dollar bills smell like taint anyway.
Yeah.
There is not a single time that you have cash in your wallet that I guarantee it hasn't been at least around some orifice of somebody.
well, that's why I carry plastic. I don't carry fucking. I don't
You carry plastic.
Well, I carry plastic
that's why
everywhere.
you're getting those Trojan ads.
No, that's why. Anyway, all right. So I think that kind of concludes all of the Twitch bullshit that we have dealt with or seen over the past week or weekends. Moving on to the gaming section,
Yeah.
which I'm excited to talk about, right? And there's some stuff that's really exciting, some stuff that was kind of lackluster, and then some other stuff that I think is just probably a quick mention about. But I want to start off and give ample time to two categories specifically. One of which was the Night City Wire, which, if you're not familiar with that, Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red did a huge thing today for Cyberpunk 2077. We got a new trailer and some in-game footage. But I'm actually going to turn it over to Enigma. Enigma was actually streaming this. Enigma is the resident Cyberpunk kind of fanboy. He's super excited about it. I think we're all excited about it, but he is the one that is going to sue them for causing damages to his penis.
I
Yeah. All right, go
it's risque advertisements. That's what the game's all about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no, it was definitely like you said, it was definitely a little underwhelming, but at the same time, they definitely had a lot of good information. We didn't see all that much. I was really hoping that's what I was talking about on my stream today. Was I was kind of hoping that we would see more gameplay. With them pushing and delaying so much, I was really fucking shooting for more gameplay, because it's like we got another 5 months now that we're waiting, or whatever it is. I think it's like 4 months, something like that. I don't know, but we got a while to wait. Where we were at like sub 100 days, now we're back up to 150 plus days, right? So we got new information. We got a new trailer that looked really nice. Showed off some of the main storyline stuff, like the intro stuff for the main storyline. Looks really fucking sexy. I'm enjoying the way that they're doing things, and we got some more information on like factions, starting storylines, everything like that. Looks like you're going to be able to choose from like 3 different storylines, which sounds kind of cool. You got like Street Kid, you got Outlander, and you got like a Corpo type deal. And each of those storylines is going to put you in a different section of the game, completely.
Did
So
did they announce that is? I know they announced the 3 starting points, but do we know for a fact that's 3 separate storylines? Because I just thought that affected like your starting kind of like.
that's it's not 3 separate like storylines, like sub-arcing storylines like to the end, but your introduction to the game is going to be different depending on what's your starting starting faction, I guess, is with our lifestyle.
Did you say you're
Yeah.
3 different people in those, like, or?
I think you're the same
You're the
person.
same
You just
person.
start in 3 different.
Oh,
You're,
okay.
you're the same person. It's just you start in different sections of the map. So if you're
Okay.
a street kid, you start in kind of like the lower end of Night City. If you're a corpo, you start inside of a corporate office type deal.
Hmm.
If you're whatever the other one was, I think it was Outlander or whatever.
Yeah,
You
you start in the Badlands. Yeah.
start out in
Badlands.
Badlands. So it's just different starting lines. Still introduce you into the same main storyline of Cyberpunk 2077, right? It's just how you introduce yourself to those characters is going to depend on the lifestyle that you choose, more or less. So I thought that was kind of cool. They kind of showed off a little bit of it, not too much. Again, it was extremely underwhelming. I was hoping for like 30 minutes of gameplay. We got like maybe 5,
Yeah.
maybe 6 minutes of gameplay, and it was like some weird like investigation tactic that you're gonna be able to use, kind of like in Witcher 3 when you kind of went through and used your Witcher senses to investigate shit. It's just like
brain dancing, they called
yeah,
it.
brain dance or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like a third person, like you hack into like a memory or something like that, and then you use like the different like cameras and shit that are around you to kind of piece together shit. It was a little weird, interesting in and of itself, but
It's like Witcher meets Watch Dogs.
definitely weird. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like exactly that's exactly what it was for sure. Yeah.
I was hoping on that though. I was really hoping. I don't mean to interrupt, but I do want to stop at some at like these little intervals to talk a little bit about it, right? Um, but so the whole investigation thing to me seemed almost very lackluster, honestly. Like, in my feeling, like I want to kind of know your guys' opinions on it as well. But like to me, it just was like, all right, cool. Like I can investigate and hear different elements of the story, and I can hear different things or whatever else. But like, they said that it's not forced. Like it's not going to be like you have to find this, 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 and this. It's more like you wanting to hear more and like see more and whatever else. And they didn't show a lot of it, and but I'm really hoping that they tie that in more of being like you can kind of like maybe alter things or whatever else, because like also where they showed an image where like he was Keanu and Keanu like he was Keanu Reeves, you know what I mean? Like they showed him where, and I don't know if you guys caught it, but like I went back and rewatched it, and like one of the images is like him like being like,
Yeah,
"Whoa, like, who are
it's
you?"
it's the sub backstory of the entire thing. Like from what I can understand, like the entire interaction with Keanu Reeves's Johnny Silverhand is basically he's a ghost. You there was a chipset or something like that you're gonna find in the game, and it somehow it got his like memory planted on it. And because you had a little bit of damage to it, suddenly he's now starting to show up inside the world as like a almost like a storyteller or a narrator in some cases, right?
Mhm.
So from what I can understand, you're going to have a lot of interaction with Johnny Silverhands. He's going to be like the paramount to the main character. I mean, he had like 15 days worth of voiceover work, right? He has legitimately more voiceover work done in the entire game. I think second to the main protagonist.
Wow.
So
Cool.
it's
That's
he
awesome.
he is he is
Yeah.
legitimately like the main protagonist, more or less, beside you, more or less. You
Yeah.
know, it's just one of those things. I definitely agree with you on that point. I think that it was a little underwhelming, and it was very confusing. I didn't understand really what was going on until the end of it. They didn't do a very good job of explaining it. And
Right.
from
Do you
what we
think?
heard, what's up?
Do you think it's gonna have like how? Because you said it was only like 5 minutes of mission structure,
Mhm.
and it was like one particular thing. Do you think they're gonna have like levels of variation on how you can approach missions, or is it gonna be more
Yeah,
of like
no,
a Rockstar game
100%.
where they lock you into like,
No,
I want you to do it this one way, and
no,
then
they
if you
they straight from the start. A lot of the people that have been over there playing it, I think they had a shit ton of content creators and influencers come out and play like 5 hours of it. From everything that I've heard from all those influencers and from everything that I've heard from all those content creators, it's very choice dependent. Like you have a lot of choices, and depending on what you choose to do inside of those quests, will depend on the outcome of those quests, and they have multiple branching outcomes. So
That's my
it's not
whole
very
thing about it.
clearly.
Yeah, is that realistically in that like I just want to be in their world and literally just live in it. Like that's what I just want to play in that world. Like that's like aside from the story, like I think the storyline sounds really cool, but I mean we've seen this kind of storyline before, like Deus Ex, and people in chat are like saying Deus Ex and stuff like that. But like I want to literally just honest to God be dropped in, pretty much what CD Projekt Red does, really, which is just dropped in, experience the world. Like in this world, aside from like Witcher is cool, and if you like it, and I love medieval fantasy, I like that kind of stuff. But obviously, right? I like fucking synthwave. I love, like, if you know me, like I love fucking the like the plug. I didn't say where you can get my merch. Like,
but you can get it at Sin's.
Anyway, Jesus Christ.
Teespring.
You know, but I just want to go and live in that world and participate and be there because it is something that just is. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. All right. Well, apparently the podcast wants to say, like, hey, if you want to pick up my merch, you can hit !merch on my channel. You can go to Synth Shop, which is teespring.com/stores/Synin. There you go. Everybody happy now? Jesus. Okay. All I'm saying is that you can go, and I just want to be in this world and experience it because like it seems like the modifications that were going on, it seems like all of the stuff that you could do, because if I'm not mistaken, right, like your character could be completely modded differently than my character, right?
Yeah, they've got a very, very wide assortment of modifications that you can do. I'm hoping that what they do is like me and Scruffy were talking about it a little bit earlier on my stream. I'm hoping that they'll do like uniques. It looked like they were doing kind of an RPG system where it was like greens, purples, blues,
like a rarity, yeah,
like that, like a rarity system.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that you can get uniques for both equipment, weapons, as well as modifications.
Yeah, because like I love finding uniques, like a unique gun from like a, I don't know, a gang leader or something. You get the top dog's gun or whatever, and
it would be fucking amazing if you could like pick up a like a modification that a boss had and equip it to yourself.
Exactly. That'd be sweet.
It is one thing that did worry me though, is that when listening to a bunch of the content creators, and this was kind of bringing up something that one of our members in chat are saying, is basically that they were told you have to play this with mouse or with controller. That does worry me. Like I am very much of a mouse and keyboard person. I don't necessarily like using controller unless it is.
And one thing to say to that, you know, the viewer that we have that's talking about that is like Witcher 3 was a third person setting.
Right.
This is a first person setting.
Also a first person shooter, not like a
first person shooter. Exactly.
Yeah, it's not you're fighting with swords and stuff. It's nothing like that.
Built to be like we were talking. I hate to go back to it, but we were talking about this in the entire in the stream. It's not built to be a melee game.
Yeah.
Right. They have melee in it, but I don't feel like it's built to be a melee game.
Right.
Right. It's more emphasis has been put into Cyberpunk, into their gunplay, into their modification system than has been put in, from what we've heard from content creators, into their melee. The melee feels very stiff. And we saw that. We saw some
looks like there's not weight to it. Like
so it is definitely not fitted to be a melee game, and I'm hoping maybe that's just early access, and maybe they're going to smooth that out a little bit. But given how close they are, and given the fact that they've already stated they're done with the game, and they're just doing basic modifications on bug fixes and content fixes and everything like that for quests, I doubt we're going to see a big change in anything that we've seen or that we will see coming up.
It's a hard thing to nail in games, is like getting melee combat to really feel like, you know, have an impact with it, you know, especially being a first person game, because like you're right, like you said earlier, like you're right up in people's faces, you can see everything. It doesn't feel like it connects, and the fact that they're probably focusing more on shooting and the shooter aspect. It's not
one thing I will say with Witcher 3, like yes, their controls were terrible when it ported to the PC, right? When it came to keyboard and mouse controls for Witcher 3, I even used an Xbox 360 controller because I couldn't do that shit. It was terrible.
Yeah,
I feel like most third-person hack and slashes controller is necessary. Like I still play Dark Souls with the controller, so
same thing with Monster Hunter World. I can't really play that.
Thing with Monster Hunter World.
Well. So it's definitely a very, very key thing to look into, and I'm hoping that with it being a first person shooter, people will kind of give it a little bit of a pass.
Well, I mean,
But I personally think that even with it being a third person shooter and being made, or a first person shooter and being made by CD Projekt Red, with it being a first person shooter, it'll feel a lot better with mouse and keyboard.
I mean, I just again, like, I think that they either way. I mean, this is something that I really think if it is something where it does feel better on a controller, honestly, I would say like this is a game I think that you need to play because like
100%.
the Witchers they've built upon and Witcher, whatever else. But like to me, this seems and feels and looks like first off, the fucking game is fucking gorgeous. I mean,
Dude.
it is just. I think it is
that
gonna set the bar.
one scene that they had with the court, and I think it was a corpo, the ending to the
A
corpo,
loading scene where he's going through the city.
where he's going through the city, and
Oh
inside
my
the
god,
people, I
dude.
was like, that is stunning,
It's so
dude.
fucking, and the
Yeah.
thing that has been said is that it literally is that if you can see it, you can go
Yeah.
to it. Like if you can see something there, it is a full-fledged way of getting there. So I really want to know how big this game is. I want to know how large the world is.
Well, they've given us a hint at how large it is. It's a little bit smaller than the world in Witcher 3, which the
Yeah.
world in Witcher 3 was fucking huge. So that gives you a little bit
But
of
if
a.
it-
They said that
is it
they said that
vertically
Night
out?
City. They said that, yeah, that's what I was about to say. They said that Night City looks small, but vertically it's fucking giant.
Yeah. Again, man, like I just am super excited just to get into this world. And seeing some of the footage and gameplay that they have done, like it's just like they said, like every character that's in there, every like because in like in a lot of Rockstar games and a lot of like GTA, like you'll see like people that are just whatever pedestrians, but there's no real service purpose. The game is just placing there to place them there to fill the world out, right?
Yeah.
What they've said on CD Projekt Red is that this is, and for Cyberpunk, if there's a person there, there's a reason that's there. Like they have built a system that is basically systematically putting that person there, which keys into what we haven't seen yet. And I've gotten tidbits of their multiplayer.
Yeah.
Supposedly, right, and we still have yet to see it, right? And this was something that I heard back in E3, which you're talking about a year ago, right? But that the way that the multiplayer is supposed to function is that we are all in the same world, right? And that things that are going on and happening that I am doing are affecting your game and vice versa. Things that you are doing are affecting my game, and that we could be in the same interaction, but not even necessarily know that we're in that same interaction. So again, that was the rumor that was coming out, that basically they were trying to work on this system that was like all playing together, but not really knowing that we're playing together, but we all are in this world, which
It's
I
all
fucking
one big
love.
server.
We'll see how they actually handle it too,
Yeah.
because
I don't want a
whenever
No
shit
Man's
like
Sky
that,
situation.
Yeah.
that's what I was about to say.
That's what I was
Whenever,
thinking of.
whenever we hear something like that, it brings me back to Sean Murray and his, there'll be fucking multiplayer.
Yeah.
You just won't know it.
That's not so the way that they explained it, and they used that the very like one of the first trailers that we got, which was like the main character coming into the knocking on the door and coming in, and there was like a room, and it was just this big black dude with dreads and like some people sitting on a couch or whatever else, and like you go off into a hallway because your quest log or quest is taking you into this, or not hallway, but into this room, and you're talking to this main dude. But the three people that are out here are still having a full-fledged conversation. And what they explained it was that those people there, there's a very high chance that one of them is, or they could be NPCs. There are player characters, like they are actual people. So it was definitely, I did not get that No Man's Sky feeling from that conversation that I had with him. Again, this was a year ago, right? Is this actually able to be done? I don't know. If they could do it, that's fucking revolutionary, and
Yeah.
it's fucking
It
crazy.
seems crazy, but
It sounds like a dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if there's the one company that's out there that could do this, man, I think CD
Sure.
Projekt.
It's From Software.
Here, Bill.
It's in Cyberpunk. You're gonna go in. You're gonna touch a bonfire, and another person is gonna pop up, and they're gonna be like red. Yeah, no, that's not how that works. Like,
No,
Well,
CD Projekt Red they have my good graces on this one. They have earned my respect, even if I don't enjoy their games that much. They do right by industry standards. They do right by their consumer.
yeah.
Don't-
So
don't
it's
pay-
if
don't pay
this is
attention to the
something,
heretic in the corner.
if this is
He doesn't-
something
he
like
doesn't
that's actually, I'm saying like RP and all of that stuff. This would bring RP to a whole nother
I would
level.
love it. Absolutely.
Dude, it would be
love
nuts to
RP.
have RP in this game if that's how it's actually going to work, the multiplayer and everything.
Yeah,
Oh my
I mean,
god.
Like I would
So-
love to
That
actually
too.
Jeez.
The fact that they're willing to push it back. again, after already pushing
Oh,
it back once, shows that they're committed to releasing
Well, that's
a
the thing
finished
with
product.
that's the thing with CDPR is that they are not worried about pushing bad content out, right? They would rather the game take longer and push out a good content and a good game and a playable game than push
Yeah.
out complete shit.
I,
And
I think
I respect them for that.
I think a lot of this is going to come to what the next Night City Wires that we're going to see, right? And want to see. I do wish we got a little bit more out of this. I do hope the next one we get some more actual. Like I don't want to see a whole bunch of gameplay, like um necessarily see a whole shit ton of gameplay because I don't want to also be spoiled with it. But
I would like
I want to see
more than
the
what we
innovative stuff that they're trying and all this like
Right. I wanna-
ambitious stuff.
right.
Yeah.
But what I will say too, when they announced, and we've been one of our viewers is fucking yelling and screaming at us not to forget it. They are coming out with an anime in 2022. Like, so
Yeah,
even if that
that's
even
Bro,
happens-
I
And-
mean
and
that's
it's-
pretty awesome
It's
though.
being made by the same people that made Kill la Kill
Oh my God.
and Darling in the Franxx. Or no, I don't think it was No, yeah, they did make Darling in the Franxx. I'm pretty sure. So it's a really fucking popular company. They
Mhm.
do really great work. Their artwork is stunning.
yeah,
And
I
I'm
don't
just-
follow anime.
Bro,
Sorry.
but a cyberpunk anime though?
It's
I mean,
gonna be
yo,
amazing,
Sin,
man.
you were just like preaching over the PS5 waifu.
I
So
wasn't preaching, I just said I'd buy that model over the piece of shit model that they're giving us. Like,
yeah, but I'm saying you might be into it. You might.
they could. I don't know. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we're not getting back into the PS.
So yeah, we got a little bit, a very very small tidbit of information. The good news is they've said that there's going to be it was the first episode of the City Wire, right? So that means that there's going to be multiple more episodes. I'm hoping that we'll start seeing more information, a little bit more gameplay coming out closer that we get to release. I think, and exactly like I said earlier this morning, I think they have to show a little bit more than what they showed today.
Yeah.
Because
Especially
with
after
them-
the delays
unfortunately,
and
with
all
them
that.
pushing it back
Yeah.
so much, like their fan base it can only take so much, right?
Yeah.
Like they can only push it so far
Mhm.
before their fan base is like, you need to give us something or we're gonna fucking riot.
Yeah. Because of course we want the game to be finished. We want the delays
Exactly.
and everything. If it's gonna come out with a finished game, but we want to know that the delays are actually
Like,
You know,
like
being meaningful
I'm
and
fine
useful.
with them delaying the game.
yeah, exactly.
I'm not. It doesn't mean I'm not upset that they delayed it. It just means that I understand why they delayed it, and I'm a little depressed that they delayed it even further.
We just want to see
especially with
that
it
these
being this
delays
close.
are being used.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
So one of the kind of moving into the next thing, right? Is another thing that came out. That was not today. It was yesterday, I think. Yeah, it was yesterday. Came out was Marvel Avengers.
no, I'm stoked about this, dude.
Oh my god! So
After watching that today, whoo,
Yeah.
shit, son.
so again, when I went to E3 last year, I saw Avengers. Anybody that's not aware, or for people that are not watching the show right live, if you can't tell, I am a huge fucking Marvel fan. I literally have it tattooed all over my arm. Like I am a huge fucking Marvel fan. And so when I saw it, I was really disappointed. It was not what I was hoping for. It was this very linear like style game, and it was just a lot of like the combat system wasn't fluid. It was just bad. Like it was really bad. Like I was just like, great, we're gonna get another fucking shitty Avengers game, whatever, right? Then they showed the war table yesterday. Holy fuck. Like it is fucking I mean, it is literally everything I could want in an Avengers game right now. And there's just so much to talk about. Like they showed a trailer, which we got of like the basis behind the game, which is essentially AIM, which I don't really like the AIM storyline and the whole MODOK storyline, but it's fine, it's whatever. But in any case, like the whole idea here is that the Avengers have caused massive amounts of destruction, kind of what you saw with Civil War and things like that, but essentially caused massive amount of destruction. And they have now deemed that superheroes or people with special powers are called Inhumans, which is the Inhuman storyline if you follow the comic books. And so essentially they're outlawed, illegal, whatever else. So Amos like stepped in and is doing kind of this whole like world police system and going down that. But the like from the combat and everything, essentially the game is a single player game, but it's also a co-op and up to 4 player multiplayer game where you are able to take your heroes and you are able to deck them out and you get loot. It's like an action RPG, but like there's it's mixing elements of
Third
Marvel,
person
like
RPG.
yeah, third person. It's like mixing elements of like Marvel Heroes, like if you remember the Marvel Heroes, like Diablo style game, in with like what was the Marvel the smash and beat 'em up that they had
Marvel versus Capcom.
no. It came out on
Yeah.
it just came out. They just released it on Switch. It's Marvel
Ultimate Alliance.
Ultimate Alliance. Thank you.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance, right? But the roster's not that big. But the cool fucking thing is one, graphically, it's fucking gorgeous. It is a beautiful fucking game.
Dude, it's crazy.
But then on top of that, like the loot that you get is actually changing the look of your character. Like you can in like for Iron Man, you can put like gamma charges into your fucking repulsor blast, and now you're doing like gamma damage.
Mhm.
Like it it's just so much stuff, and like they're doing all of these nods to like the comic book storylines and everything. Like
Not just a gorgeous game. It fucking looks like it plays well.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Right.
biggest thing is like it's smooth. It
Yeah.
is smooth as shit. Like we had a little bit of a couple of hiccups, but I think it was due to encoding and uploading to YouTube.
Yeah.
But without those, like it was smooth as shit.
It
And
looked
that's
as good as
surprising.
the Spider-Man games and how those
Yeah.
controlled. Dude, it's
Yeah.
nuts.
And the thing I liked about what they showed too was that, and a lot of times when we get gameplay trailers or we get like people playing it, it's very like scripted and
Mhm.
whatever else. Like you could watch the person playing. They showed Thor off, and you could see like he was missing whiffing hits and like he was going to try to go do something and like went around a corner wrong or whatever else like so it was live actual gameplay,
Mhm.
but like the interaction between the two and between like it was like him and the Hulk, and like you were able to like use support abilities to like buff the Hulk and make him even like more powerful, or like it just the variety of the way that
What is
combat
buffing the Hulk like? Just smacking him with the hammer?
like
Pretty
well
much, man. Like
yeah,
electrocuting
electrifying
you.
him, like he electrified him or whatever else, and like so it added like electric abilities to his like Hulk smash and shit. It just I don't God, man, there was just so much in this, and like they showed so much cool shit in the game. And again, like they focused very heavily on like the way that it's going to play is completely different. So like my Hulk will be very, very different than like, Bill or Scruffy or Enigma's character, or like, the way that you go in and you level it. It gave me a very like, and I say this in like the good way that Anthem felt. Like when you had those characters and like they all played differently, like they had different play styles, but even then you could still build them even more. And like the action RPG elements that you add into it. Like I don't want
Until
I mean,
Meta Slaves happen.
dude, I'm like fucking like I did
Just
not pre-order this game until I saw this, and I was like, absolutely, I pre-ordered the big boy
Just
edition.
don't sue them if your dick hurts too much
what
after
what,
watching
what I was, what I was about to say is like coming from last year's E3, and we were talking about this as well. Like coming from last year's E3 to what I saw today. Like last year's E3, I was unimpressed. I was like, this game looks like shit. I don't want anything to do with it. I hate this. What have they done with Avengers?
I hate
This is
this.
terrible. Right? And then going to today where I'm like, holy fuck, this is an entirely different game.
Yes,
Mhm.
it is. It's so and oh god, dude, I don't know. You need like I can't do it justice, right? And I know like I'm fanboying and I'm fucking just like just mercy me. But I'm telling you, man, like it's just you need
the,
to watch.
the only complaint that I have to muster, and you guys heard me talk about it, I
Stark.
can't get over the fact that Tony
They
Stark
don't-
does not look like Robert Downey Jr.
I understand why they can't and I get it.
I
mean,
get it. Yeah.
Mhm.
It is one of those things where like you come into like licensing and MCU stuff and whatever. So I'm okay, and I mean I would much rather put money into like everything else than to put it into fucking me like I got to get Robert Downey Jr.'s fucking like
Well,
this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and he's in a suit most of the time, anyways.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like I said today, the good thing about Iron Man is like he's not gonna sound the same, but at least he's in a suit half the time, so I don't gotta really worry about it.
Yeah.
And they do have some amazing looking cosmetics.
Yep. And
Like
for
just
anybody
from the shit that they showed off. Oof.
if for anybody that wants to go see it, it's Marvel Avengers War Table. You can Google it or go on to YouTube and watch it.
Definitely recommend it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, like there are some spots in the game where it does like hitch if you're watching it on YouTube, obviously, but that's an encoding issue. When you're sitting, because I watched it live and it had no issue whatsoever. Like there was no those spots where there was no hiccuping, like
Yeah.
not one. And again, man, it's just what they're describing is it really is phenomenal. Like I've had an itch to have like an action RPG based in the Marvel world since Marvel Heroes shut down. I loved Marvel Heroes. I played the shit out of Marvel Heroes. It was phenomenal. I really fucking hope that Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix continue to put fucking heroes in this because they could do so much with this game.
Dude,
Like
the
they
fact
could
that it's
really-
co-op, like plus, I can just imagine like all of us playing it together as each different hero, or each different
Thor.
like hero.
I
and just-
already called dibs on Thor, so
you can
fuck all
have
y'all.
Thor, dude. Like it's
I
just
don't
gonna be crazy. It's gonna be so awesome.
yeah,
I
and I
think
mean,
yeah.
you see like, and they do shots too, where like you can see like the different movement elements and like
Mhm.
it was cool because they talked about it too, was like how they focused in because it is very difficult. Like if you really think about it, like when you're building this game and what I saw before, this is why I had so many issues. I was like, you're the Hulk and you're jumping around, but like it's such in this enclosed environment, you don't get to actually feel like the Hulk. And then when you've got Iron Man flying around, like it's so like just and like even in like an open world, like it's still boundaries and stuff like that. Like, but they showed this of like all like they had Thor and Iron Man flying, they had the Hulk running across buildings. And one of the things that I love, like, and I look for is that traversal of how is that going to work in that movement. And I loved it because like you see Iron Man and it's this one shot, but you see Iron Man flying across, right? And Hulk is running and he jumps, right? And you can tell that the player messed up because he jumped and he didn't almost make that, like he barely made the jump. But like you see him smash into the side of the building and then pound the building like to get a handhold and then crawl up. And then like he just started doing that iconic like Hulk run. It just looks so good. And they said that they focused so much on like making sure that traversal in this game and movement and being able to feel like you are actually an Avenger is super important.
The
And
biggest thing with any game, honestly, is animations. Like you guys have heard me complain about it with like Project Gorgon, and other games. I hate a game that has just stiff fucking animations. I can't stand it.
yeah.
So then that one impressed me extremely. Like it
Yeah.
looked amazing.
And it has so much to me. It says it has so much replay value. Like I from like even playing
hope-
the storyline, like like if you're playing storyline, you're playing co-op, you're playing war zones, which they didn't talk about war zones very much. And I'm interested to hear what war zone is because when you listen to the whole war table, they're like there's a single player, right? Avengers is built as a single player game that has co-op and war zones, right? And they did not talk about
They kind of explained it as like almost an open world type situation, but they use the word open world, or they use the word open world like loosely.
I wonder if
Right.
it's gonna be like kind of a PvP, like maybe people play as the bad, like the villains, and then
I doubt it. I
No.
think it's gonna be. I think it's
It's-
gonna be more like a horde type deal.
oh yeah, like
where
a
it's
survival.
like 4
Again, man,
players
I'm
against.
completely fucking cool with. Like, I
Yeah.
am completely cool with like a raid, like dungeon style
100%,
fucking
yeah.
go. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, again, man, this hits on shit that like I am all about. Like, obviously, I'm gonna mainline this game. As soon as I saw this, I fucking went and pre-ordered the big ass edition. If you do pre-order, you're gonna get beta. Beta access is supposed to start, I believe it toward the end of July. Is when we're supposed to get beta access, and then you get 3 days early access to actually get into the game. And again, for me, like some people are kind of pissy and moaning because they're like, well, they're locking skins behind a paywall. Well, they fucking do that with Fortnite or whatever else. In this game, I would actually like I would be more willing to dump money into skins in this because it is shit that I love. Like it
It's
is
iconic.
like
Some of those skins are iconic. Like the one that they showed off on the Hulk was the
Mafia.
Ragnarok Hulk.
yeah.
No, the
Oh
Ragnarok.
yeah, both of them.
Oh yeah,
That
Ragnarok.
that one was gorgeous. I loved it. I when they saw that, I was like, yes, that's
Yeah.
amazing. I love it.
Just give
And-
us
and-
Fat Thor, please.
And what I love too is that they said it there. They said if you look good, you play good. And a lot of fucking action art or just art games like this fucking whiff and they miss, especially when you're talking about something like the Avengers. You like it's one of those things where like, well, you can't fuck with the Hulk, you can't fuck with Thor, you got to make them look like no. I want to fucking just I want them to look badass, man. And like it just oh god, dude. And the amount of heroes that they could bring into this game, like they could fucking drop so
Give
many
me
fucking
Hawkeye.
dude,
Please.
I want them all, man. I want all of them. I need Deadpool.
Hawkeye,
I want fucking Wolverine. I want Magneto. I
Mhm.
want fucking Squirrel Girl. I want them all, man. I want you have a huge
Black
MCU
Panther would be
Marvel
insane.
universe.
Thanos
Come on.
copter.
All of them, man. Like seriously, Thanos, give me all of them. Like give me the evil guys, give me the bad guys. Please, Crystal Dynamics, keep expanding on this world.
You think they're gonna add Spider-Man into this? It's gonna be. I don't know.
I think they will. I think they will.
I hope they can work up some deal.
I don't know what Sony has given to why am I blanking? What's the Insomniac? I don't know what rights they gave them to them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I don't know there.
Insomniac's usually pretty good about letting people.
It's not Insomniac. It's Sony.
Yeah.
And
But
so and Sony are a bunch of bitches when it comes to fucking giving people IP fucking rights.
Yeah. So, but I need them to expand on it. If they don't expand on this game, it's a it's a horrible shame. Like,
Yeah,
really,
that's what we
honestly,
were
if they don't follow the DLC with this for a lot of DLC, it's a fucking shame.
Yeah.
If they don't stay on top of the updates, it's gonna just fall to the wayside, just like every other fucking ARPG.
I mean, I'll still get my money. Like, I'll still get my money's worth. Like, I'm gonna get my $80 because that's what I paid, right, for the big boy edition. I'm gonna get my $80 out of it because I'm gonna spend. Again, I'm a Marvel fan. Like, it just is what it is. But I just really hope they stay with it, man.
We got to do a 24-hour when it comes out.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. Absolutely. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's so good, man. Like it looks so good.
It's gonna be a good time.
By the way, guys, before we get into our last topic of the night, questions are coming up. If you guys are in our live chat, again, we do for anybody that's listening, you know, post live stream, we do this live. You can engage with us via chat. Post your questions together. Go ahead and post them now. Don't wait because we want to be able to have it so that we can talk about it. We'll go over as many as we can get through within a short amount of time. So go ahead and make sure that you are posting your questions, guys. Try to keep it around the topics that we've talked about. But we do want to hear your questions. Anything else on Avengers? Like any other questions that you guys have, or thoughts on Avengers? Bill, you've been quiet, man. Your thoughts on this? Anything? Are you not?
I don't like superhero games, so I'm indifferent.
Doesn't like superhero games. Doesn't like CDPR. Why do we have you here, Bill?
Right?
Oh no. There's not a hero you would want to play though.
It would be Spider-Man, and he's not coming. And I didn't even play the Spider-Man game, so I don't have much interest.
Maybe they'll have
Spider-Pig or read the comics. For some reason, the only games that I played superhero wise were like the old like PS1 era Spider-Man, like, and Amazing Spider-Man for the PS2. Those were the only two other superhero games. It just doesn't do it for me.
Ah man, it's
this one could change my mind. I honestly haven't looked at anything into it. So, and Square Enix usually does pretty well with their like non Final Fantasy projects. So I'm interested.
You might be impressed by this.
Point. Yeah,
go watch it. I think
you gotta watch it first.
And I froze the game too. Like I froze the stream or table to look at some of the stuff. So like one of the like the mission structure and like how they do it, because I was just trying to pick different things out of it. And what was really cool about it was like they showed in there, they look and it says like stuff about like how it was like random elements. I forgot the name that they used, but it was like basically I looked it up and it was like random shit that can happen based on how you're playing the game. So like essentially you could go in and all of a sudden, like, because we saw a clip of like Abomination and we don't know how they're bringing in these other super mutants or whatever else, but like based on like what's going on there, you could cause a complete random event that could change some of the structure of the world. So that was really cool. They have obviously guaranteed drops, so there's a huge like loot system into it. So I don't know, man. Go watch the fucking thing, Bill. You need to do yourself a favor. It's like 20 minutes long. Like,
yeah, they do a great job explaining everything too. Honestly, it's awesome.
And what's sad too is that going from like we watched it again in Enigma stream, but like Enigma was kind of bummed about Nightwire. And
fucking dude, like watching the war table, like I was bummed, 100% bummed about how short Nightwire or
Yeah.
Night City Wire was, and watching that, I was like, okay, I'm cool with it now. Like I
mood.
legitimately had a almost 3.5 hour fucking stream, and like an hour and a half of that was CDPR and Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
The rest of it was just us dicking around talking about fucking the war room or the war table.
It's
Yeah.
it's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be awesome.
Last thing, real quick, and then we're gonna open it up to questions and kind of end the show. But Pokemon League of Legends, Pokemon MOBA. You guys excited about Pokemon MOBA?
I haven't even looked into it. Like I
Yeah, I
still,
haven't looked into
I
it
haven't looked
either.
into it either. Yeah, but
Yeah,
So
the-
no.
the
And
thought of
answer,
it-
Answer is no.
no, to me the thought of it's sweet. I'd be down.
I mean, I
Yeah,
think
I just don't want another Pokemon Go situation where everybody thinks it's going to be one thing and then it comes out to be something completely different.
I don't know. Dude, it's so
I need to see more, but
I did some research on it, right? And one, I think that they have a roster of characters that is perfect for a MOBA because it's just, I mean, how like honest to God, like how much like you,
they got
they have an
like,
infinite
what?
roster of characters.
They got like what, like three? Is it 380 for the first gen?
I don't know. It's fucking
I
crazy.
Version
mean,
was
They got more than League.
105.
Say that.
Okay,
There's a shit
so
ton, dude.
Yep.
I can't remember what the latest number is, but it's a lot, dude.
Yeah, it's an insane amount, right? From that they have a roster that they have to choose from. Here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. It's on Switch, it's on mobile, it's on phones, right? So we're not getting a PC port as of right now. Of it. So the phone thing, like if you've played phone MOBAs, they're not that great. They're kind of suck ass. You know, they're very like watered down. People like that like them are gonna tell me that I'm fucking crazy. I'm sorry. I play big boy MOBAs on a PC, or whatever. So to me, this is kind of like it has some really cool concepts and it looks cool. Like, but I don't know how you're gonna. I mean, Pokemon's pretty visceral. Like it's you're basically
You
like
will cut away beating the shit out of each other.
right.
Yeah.
You're capturing these poor animals and forcing them to fight. Like
And they
essentially,
faint.
essentially, this is Michael Vick simulator,
Yeah.
like you know, or whatever. So it, you know, whatever. I mean, it's kind of brutal in its own nature, but here's my thing. Like, this is like baby's first MOBA, and I don't know if I want to fucking have my like 10-year-old kid like getting into like the toxicity that is a MOBA. Like
Going from this to the league, people
Right.
would get literally ground stomped.
So the thing that I can say with this is at least with this game, they have a template of what not to fucking do. Right.
Right.
yeah, but I don't know, man. I mean,
Do we
you
know
know,
if
I
I
you're
would
playing
honestly
as
like
the
to see a
Pokemon?
fighting game in the Pokemon
play as
world.
Okay.
I would almost prefer like a Mortal Kombat's like a 2D fighter Pokemon.
Like an action
did you ever
fighting
play
game.
the Pokemon? It was on the
Arena?
Switch. Pokemon. Oh shit, Crow. What's that? What's the Switch game that?
Pokken.
Was it Pokken? Was that it?
Yeah.
Pokemon on the Switch. That's a fucking phenomenal fighting game. A phenomenal fighting game. Like legit, it's great. And but I don't know. I mean, again, you do play as a Pokemon.
Okay.
Stroke. You asked that. But like they have like Pokeballs and stuff like that. So I don't know. Like, like I just imagining like I need some like as a support character, I'm just throwing Pokeballs to capture the fucking person, and like you're in lane, and like all of a sudden you just get hit with a Pokeball, and you're fucking sitting trapped for like.
Yeah, I'm
4
just like
seconds.
wondering how it's gonna look, like how it's gonna like work and everything. But it's a cool idea, I think.
Yeah.
So
So
the thing that I'll say is like we've seen one other game like this. Like we see Minecraft Dungeons, right? We were
Mhm.
kind of hesitant about that. We were like, I don't know, it's kind of childish shit, you know. But it was still an amazing fucking game.
yeah.
So like that's why I'm kind of to the point where I'm like, it might not be that bad. Like it might be pretty good.
Plus, everybody's got a phone, right?
Exactly.
Everybody's
Yeah.
got a phone, so
Give,
No, how-
it's supposed to be free to play, most likely. I'd assume.
maybe I would assume so. I guess, yeah. So, you know, whatever. Instead,
Give it a
we're not going
shot.
to see Raid Shadow Legends. Then it's now going to be Pokemon MOBA. So, you know. Anyway,
I'm cool with it.
all right.
My
Guys.
tits.
Did and Bill, I know that you had Crash on here. Did you want to talk about?
Yeah, just I'm pretty pumped that a like fresh new Crash Bandicoot game is coming out. It's gonna be out in October. It's current generation, so it's not gonna be like a launch title for next generation consoles. It's gonna be PlayStation and Xbox, and it just looks really cool. And I'm honestly surprised that they're bringing back like these old mascots. Like this gives me hope that maybe a true like original series new Spyro game could potentially come out.
Yeah,
Did
dude.
From-
you ever play
that would
the
be
other
sweet.
the re-release, the remaster
Yeah,
of Crash Bandicoot? I heard that was difficult as shit.
it
Yeah,
was.
I've
It
heard
wa-
that
they changed some aspects of it that didn't sit well with the original map design. The biggest thing with that was they changed Crash's like hitbox detection model. So in the original it was a rectangle. This one they made it like a cone like shape like at the bottom. So you could like run out on ledges farther than you could in the original before you drop down, but your pinpoint accuracy was limited. If you were like too close to one of the edges, you were more likely to slide off in the new one.
Huh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'd be
Well,
sweet.
It skipped my radar. I didn't even know it was out there. I mean, I'm a big Crash fan. I love Crash Bandicoot.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, like I said, completely fresh new game coming to the Crash Bandicoot universe. October 2nd is what it looks like.
you think we'll get it on PC?
No, it's PS4 and Xbox.
Not right away, but maybe
It'll be on
eventually.
Game Pass, I'm assuming, but
Because we got the remakes on PC or the
yeah, it'll probably come eventually.
eventually. Yeah.
But like I said, I'm just surprised that this franchise is coming back this
Mhm.
way. I never would have assumed that action platformers would be making a resurgence. I figured that after the open world genre takeover that there was no room in gaming for these kinds of games unless they were on a 2D indie space.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, a lot of people are missing that nostalgic feel, right?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Is it purely riding on nostalgia though, or is this
I don't think it's
potential that
purely.
new gamers could get
Yeah.
behind, or do you think new gamers are
I think
too
it's a pendulum.
jaded for?
I think it's a
I-
big. I think it's a pendulum.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it's definitely a good factor to it as to why they're actually trying to push this stuff towards gamers. But you got to remember that the gaming culture that grew up on platformers is now old enough to be passing on gaming to their children, right?
Mhm.
So the Crash Bandicoot is old enough that people that played it originally, like me, I'm in my 30s. You know, people have kids close to that age. You know, they're starting to try to want to push their interests on their children, and I think it's a good thing.
It gives me
Yeah.
hope that there might be possibly a Medieval 3 eventually. I don't know.
Or a medieval, like
Dude,
a lot
I
of
love it.
maybe a new Bubsy.
Maybe.
I don't think we'll ever get Bubsy.
Well,
I'd like
Bubsy's
looking
dead.
forward to an upgrade in Soul Calibur, new Soul Calibur, or something.
A good
like
new
that.
Sly Cooper.
New
That
Sly
would,
Cooper
that would be it.
4, please.
Hell yeah! Like
That
I
or
said, I hope that this does well and it opens
Yeah.
the realm for more of these old school franchises to come back. Like I know Ratchet and Clank's still around, but they
Mhm.
didn't start until PS2.
Yeah.
Spyro, I would love to see a new Spyro game set in that original play style. Sly Cooper's another one.
Yep.
Got Oddworld coming.
Not Soul
Oddworld,
Calibur.
Croc,
I'm sorry. I misspoke. Soul Reaver is what I was trying to.
Soul
trying to figure
Reavers,
out.
yeah.
Soul Reaver.
Legacy of Kain. That was such a good game.
Legacy game, yep.
Yeah, I know. I mean, again, I think it's a genre that is, as someone that really loves Metroidvania games and roguelikes, like I love those style of games too. They hold a very special place in my heart. So I'm excited to have them come back.
Mhm.
Very underserved
And
these
make
days.
a big splash. Well, cool. So opening
I think
it up,
we had one question.
which is honest to God, okay, because me and Scruffy have to start our 24
Yeah.
hour. The longer we do this, the
Yeah.
longer we gotta stay up.
That's true. It's true.
Oh, this isn't factoring into that?
No,
no,
this is not factoring.
we're going
into it.
another 20 on top.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
24
crazy
top.
motherfuckers.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, why would you do that to yourself?
Because we love our chat and our community.
I'm good with it.
In any case, yeah. So questions that chat. I'm gonna let you guys kind of open it up while I'm looking to see if I had any.
I don't think I got any over here.
I've got one that I can see so far. So a nice dog 97 asks, what DLC characters would we want the most in the upcoming Marvel game?
No DLC characters, make them all free.
Okay, that's not what he's asking for. Jesus Christ!
There's gonna be DLC characters.
What type of character do you want?
I mean, I can start it off. I got two right off the top of my head. Doctor Strange for sure. We didn't see any Doctor Strange. I don't know if they'll actually have it or not.
That'd be sweet.
Or the Punisher.
Ooh, Punisher.
Mm.
Punisher would be a
Would be-
fucking amazing, dude.
Punisher would be interesting.
I know what Sin
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
say.
Who?
I mean, you've got him on your arm. Easily
Who?
Deadpool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
For me
I've never
though,
seen Deadpool.
if Hawkeye is not in the original game or in a base game, Hawkeye, and Ant-Man. Those two.
Ooh, Ant-Man would be interesting. I think Ant-Man would be very fucking hard to do.
It would.
Uh,
I feel
it'd
like
be
they would limit you to what you could do with Ant-Man, but it would be sweet.
But also, what is her name? The main character, the girl. I can't remember her name. Kamala. She grows like
She got the slap hands.
Well, she gets really fucking huge. Yeah, she's kind of playing like the Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Person.
Do not add Captain Marvel into the game. I said it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to see.
I don't want it.
Bill, I'm gonna force you. What character do you want to see?
I'm with my chat on this one. Wanda Romanoff.
Wanda.
Oh, Wanda.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
So yes, obviously I want Deadpool. I also want Thanos. Like, but I don't think it'll ever happen. Thanos will be added.
They said heroes, not villains.
Yeah. So
he might be a thing in the war room or whatever.
The Warzone.
Yeah.
What I would say is like I want to see them bring over mutants. Like I don't like. I also too for me like Deadpool is one of my favorite characters. Obviously, I have him tattooed on my arm. But one of my other favorite characters from the X-Men universe is wow, it just slipped my fucking Nightcrawler. I don't know why I'm saying Nightbringer. Nightcrawler. I love it, man, and I don't think that he gets enough like justice and for what he is. But like his play style of being able to warp and like do a bunch of shit like could be so fucking cool in this game.
Mystique too, dude. Like Mystique would be. Oh, she's kind of she's a villain though, but
I mean, you could have Mystique as being.
I feel like it'd be hard, but Quicksilver, that'd be sweet.
Silver, yeah.
How would that?
I'm really fine with them bringing as many fucking people as you can, man. All of them. I want them all in the fucking game, dude.
Guardians of the Galaxy, all of them would be amazing.
All of them, dude.
Fucking Groot, fucking Quinn, everyone.
Yeah, like again, villains, good guys, bad guys. I need.
I like how the question was, which one would you bring in? We're like all of them. Just bring everything.
Yeah.
We'll pay for it all.
Yep, I will fucking you. Oh my god, dude. I'd pay a subscription service to be able to be like, yeah, cool. Every single time there's a new one coming, I just get them for free. I'm down. The amount of money I've dumped into fucking League of Legends, you know what? I dump it. Oh my god, dude. I don't know if I can afford it. Anyway,
maybe you might need to start suing Twitch for chafing if you start pushing that much money.
Seriously, right? All right, cool. Last opening up, last questions. Any question? I think we got one other one. Hold on 1 sec. So we have this comes from Crovid. What's one game you would want a remaster or new entry of the series? We kind of
I thought we did this last week. Yeah.
The last podcast. Yeah.
We kind of already.
My answer has.
I said Champions of Norath last week or whatever.
I said Soul Reaver. So
yeah. We just kind of went through that. I mean, legitimately, just
New Medieval.
but I mean, it's bringing back a lot of these nostalgic like platforming style games. We kind of all agree. The Champions of Norath stuff. Like Sonic and those kind of things. I think that we would like to kind of see those. So I would say a Marvel action RPG game, but thanks, Square Enix.
I want the old Marvel game where you had the joystick, you're going through the sewer. Do you know that one?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, absolutely.
I played that. That was good.
And all right, the last one here is favorite moon pie flavor. Isn't there only 2 moon pie flavors?
Isn't it the regular
honey bun?
No, there's more. There's multiple.
There's the white one. What's that?
The white one is. I thought it was just white chocolate.
Or lemon? Is it lemon?
There's banana.
Banana. Yeah.
Fuck that, dude.
Banana's the best. You hold your tongue.
I just like the regular.
Black.
If I'm being completely honest, I've only ever eaten the banana flavor, and I fucking hate it.
It's gross.
I don't think I ever had it. I just know about it.
No, it's gross. it's a travesty to culinary tastes in general.
I don't think any Michelin star chef is being like, you know, I'm gonna put on the menu a fucking moon pie. Like,
Wait, isn't there's
But
moon pie
you know
G
as hell
Fuel.
that G Fuel is gonna be lit though.
Yeah.
I've already ordered mine, bro. It's on its way.
It sounds gross. Like
I have a feeling I'm not gonna like it, but it's already on its way.
I
They're
can't
doing crazy
imagine
stuff.
drinking banana moon pie.
Well,
Oh,
it's not banana. It's not. It's chocolate.
Yeah.
either way.
So I don't know. Anyway, all right, chat and the podcast, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here and for hanging out. It has been an amazing, amazing show. I think we always say this after every single one, but God damn it, I'm sad it's over. I wish that we could have sit here and talk for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But thank you guys, everybody, for coming in and hanging out. If you were live in our chats, again, you can catch us live every other Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on my channel, at Scruffy's channel, at Bill's channel, or you can go to the pre-patch channel and catch it there. You can also, again, go and download it and listen to us on YouTube if you want to go and catch it there, or you can go and get us on Spotify now, guys. And please, 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 we need all the downloads, all the likes, all of the
Stream net.
subs. Just go and hit all of our platforms.
Go follow it. Like there's a little thing that you up there that you can click follow, and as soon as we upload a new podcast, it'll be pushed straight to your mobile phone if you have push notifications on.
Yep.
So it's extremely easy.
Yep. Exclamation mark podcast in every single chat will get you to the link of there. But again, you can check us out on Spotify. Just look up Pre-Patch Podcast. We are on there. We're getting some new artwork done. We're getting a whole bunch of new stuff created.
Nice.
It's going to be exciting. It's super exciting times right now for the Pre-Patch Podcast. But again, we couldn't do this without you guys and our fans. We thank you guys so much for being here. We hope that you enjoy the show. We hope that you enjoy what we bring to the table. If you ever want anything or see anything, make sure that you go and hit us up on our social medias, and just let us know. Like if there's some topic that you want to be talked about. We are a very, very real, engaging podcast. Unlike anything that you're going to see on this show, we are here to be 100% true to ourselves. So we don't hold anything back. So for myself and the rest of the crew here on the Pre-Patch Podcast, you guys have a wonderful night, and we will catch you later. Bye.
Deuces.
Peace.